mandatory face masks for the foreseeable future. However, he says that could change if the situation gets worse. As of this morning, the Mountain State has more than 12,000 active cases, plus at least 95% of recent COVID deaths are among those who were not vaccinated.
It is the most miserable death that you can imagine. Can you imagine being there gasping for breath, and finally passing away? It is absolutely tragic beyond belief.
The governor also says the state is still awaiting an answer on when booster shots can begin being administered. Justice believes the boosters are needed now instead of waiting another month. All new this afternoon, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf wants a statewide requirement that students in classrooms wear masks as protection. Wolf wrote in a letter to legislative leaders that lawmakers should be called back to Harrisburg immediately to work on a bill to order schools and child care facilities to require masks in classrooms. Wolf says concerned parents, pediatricians, teachers, and others have been urging state officials for such a mandate. A spokesperson for the House GOP caucus says its members are opposed to voting on a statewide mask mandate. Let's move forward this afternoon, taking a look at your weather right now. It's been a beautiful couple of days, depending on who you ask, because it has been hot and humid. Even looking over the Moundsville area right now, it's a bit cloudy, like I said, hot and muggy out there. But is there rain to come? Well, let's ask Zach. He joins us right now for that quick look at your weather. Depending on who you ask, right, Zach?
That is certainly the correct way and the correct response. If you're like the heat and you're a fan of it, and you have a pool probably to cool off, it's certainly A-okay. If you ask me, hasn't been much fun just because it's been hot, steamy, and downright muggy. We also have a couple more clouds to talk about compared to the last several days. Here's a peek at our visible satellite imagery where cloud coverage continues to line the areas right along I-77 as well as pushing into the immediate southeastern Ohio, the northern panhandle, also getting in on some of the cloudy skies. Here's a live look over the Fort Henry Bridge in downtown Wheeling. Noticing some peaks of sun, however, but we're not really going to be warming up a whole lot today. Temperatures sitting in the mid to upper 70s as of right now. Dew point temperatures continue to sit in the oppressively muggy category. We do have a small chance for some patchy showers to develop later on this afternoon, if not through the early evening. I'll talk a little bit more about all of that in my full forecast in just a couple of minutes. But first, I want to send it back over to you, Stephen.
All right, Zach, thanks. Don't forget, St. Clairsville is shutting down their water plant tonight. Officials are asking residents to not wash cars, water the lawn, or do laundry. However, the water will be safe for drinking. That shutoff begins tonight at 7 o'clock, with water expected to return tomorrow morning by 7. Moving back here to Ohio County, the Wheeling Area Chamber of Commerce is continuing their tradition of honoring the area's excellent teachers. This year's recipients were Brandy LaFlamme, a third grade teacher at Woodsdale Elementary, Marcy Hartzell, an 8th grade teacher at St. Michael Parish, and Thomas Parziola, a math teacher at Wheeling Central Catholic High School.
We're recognizing our Teachers of the Year. Each year the Wheeling Chamber selects 3 Teachers of the Year to celebrate for all the hard work that they do. And this year, our teachers were selected, but we weren't able to celebrate them in the 2020-2021 school year. So we're taking advantage of the opportunity to get together and celebrate them this evening.
The Chamber and Williams Lee also awarded a scholarship to Wheeling Central graduate Elena Zendi. She's attending WVU for exercise physiology. The Artisan Center shop opened up a second location at Oglebay just a couple of weeks ago. Today, Wheeling Heritage is celebrating the accomplishment with a ribbon cutting ceremony. Plus, if you stop by and shop today, you'll receive 15% off your purchase. The new location is open from 10 to 5, 7 days a week. And happening right now in Belmont County, the EMA is teaming up with ODOT and Ohio State Highway Patrol. They're conducting a 24-hour commodity flow study along I-70 near Morristown. They'll look to determine on how many and what type of hazardous materials are being transported throughout the area. And listen to this, the renowned Glenn Miller Orchestra is coming to Wheeling just next month. Some have called this band a gem in the eyes of the dancing world. The rare dance takes place on September 5th at the Osiris Shrine in Wheeling. Tickets are $50 a person. Don't go anywhere because still to come, Zach is talking about chances for rain to end August. Find out if September starts dry in his full forecast right after the break.
The best in live and local talk returns momentarily on The Watchdog.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Toyota's national sales event is happening now with savings and reliability you can count on. So check out an adventure-ready gas model RAV4 with up to $750 cash back, or a stylish 22 Corolla with up to $500 cash back, or go with a sporty Camry with up to $1,000 cash back. Visit buyatoyota.com and find a dealer near you. You can take cash back or apply to a down payment. Offers may vary for hybrid models. See your dealer for details. Offers end September 7th. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. With a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine through the day, a high near 90 degrees, overnight low of 70 degrees. Under partly cloudy skies, you'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine for your Friday, with highs in the upper 80s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
People moving out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of their skin. Run, 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 but you sure can't hide. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother, rap on. Well, the only person talking about love now, brother, is the preacher. And it seems nobody's interested in learning but the teacher. Segregation, determination, demonstration, integration, aggravation, humiliation, obligation to my nation. Oh, yeah. That's what the world is today. The sale of pills are at an all-time high. Young folks walking around with their heads in the sky. Cities aflame in the summertime. No, the beat goes on. Evolution, revolution, gun control the sound of soul. Shooting rockets to the moon, kids growing up too soon. Politicians say more taxes will solve everything. And the band played on. Said nobody knows.
And welcome. I'm Bill DeFabio. Across the way, the lovely one, Lola Miller. I got to ask you something, Lola. You drink a lot of coffee like I do. Is there anything worse than a cold cup of coffee?
Oh, you don't like iced coffee?
Oh, no. Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I really have cut way back.
You
I
have?
drink about a cup and a half a day.
Okay,
That's
I'm
it.
trying to go down. I used to have 7 or 8 cups, even before I got here.
I can't, it makes my stomach jumpy, and I just.
Well, what's cold coffee do for you? I know
Well,
you get all
it's-
kinds
If
of.
I have it in the afternoon or the, early evening, then it's refreshing because it's cold.
Yeah.
But to just drink coffee all day I can't do anymore. I used to drink a lot of coffee,
Well,
but I don't anymore.
I've been told to cut down, but there's some things I just love so much, I don't want to turn it all off. I cut out sodas and stuff and, sweets. The only candy bars, I carry a couple of Hershey's dark chocolate bars with me for the press box. Now I'm bringing carrots and celery and people are laughing at me, but you know what? Everything they have at the concession stand.
It's not good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's because it's not meant to be eaten every day, but
Yeah.
you're there every day.
My interns can do that because that's the only perk they get. So, by the way.
They're young.
Yeah.
They don't got to worry about their weight and their health and their.
Two of my guys, one's named Ed. I don't even know his last name, and I've worked with him for 2 years, okay? The other guy is Bill Hillgrove's son's son. He reminded me last night. I said, yeah, how's your brother doing? Bill, that's my dad. Oh, I forgot. Anyhow, Hillgrove and Ed are working in the Wheeling area. I can't tell you what TV station they're on because it's not WTRF. So I won't mention the other station. But Ed is doing like Saturday and Sunday mornings. And I think Mr. Hillgrove is like doing some directing or something, okay? And then standing behind Hillgrove, we talk about nepotism. Standing behind Hillgrove, there's a young man said, I met you 10 years ago, Mr. DeFabio. And I said, I don't know what I did last night. Who are you? I'm Lanny Frateri's son. And I'm like, oh my God. I remember Bill Hillgrove's grandson. He would bring him up and they had the party pavilion. And he would call me and he says, you think you could reserve me the party pavilion for about 40? Yeah. Well, now he's grown up and we're hurting for interns. And I think they're going to get paid a couple of dollars. Hillgrove's going to be one of the video guys behind home plate because they stream everything. They have to do this because they're part of MLB. And Ed is a wonderful MC. He dances to every tune. He has fun with the crowd, although he had fun last night with the seats because there were only about 250 people there. And he's very talented. He's going places. Both he and Mr. Hillgrove worked part-time at KDKA, behind the scenes. Production, doing talk shows behind the scenes. And they are very, very good, and I expect them to go places. But they always ask me questions. Have you really been fired like 9 or 10 times? I goes, yeah, 3 from one station, but I never burned a bridge. And I said, you're going to get fired, and you'll learn something from it. But just keep your head up. It wasn't meant to be for you to be someplace forever. Like, is he going to be forever? Are they going to be forever at Channel? Well, I don't want to mention it, but it's not Channel 7. So. And they're working with a good friend of mine of 30 years, Bill Phillips, who left Channel 11 to go to this particular station. And he did that because A, got tired of traveling back and forth. B, his son played for Steubenville. He was the punter, pretty good. And he got transferred to W&J, so I got to see him in the neighborhood. And he just wanted to be closer to home. And as you get older, that's okay. That's okay. So I just wanted to ask you that about coffee, Lola. Because this morning, I think I've already had a couple. And I went to 2 places. I got tired of sitting in line because there's, the dining area is not closed because, of course, help wanted. Short staff, which is like everywhere. So I got this big cup. And how stupid am I this morning, Lola? You can answer that. I put it in the microwave and didn't turn the timer on. That's why it's cold. Don't laugh. Go ahead and laugh. I don't care. I don't care. I laugh at me too.
I've done that, been there. Or I turn my coffee pot, Keurig on, and I'll put the little pot in, and I'm feeding the zoo, and I'm doing things, and I'm waiting for I forgot to hit the button to start it.
I should get me one of those. We got one of those big ones, though, at home, and nobody uses it. I don't know.
That's what we have.
Mondays, I know I can go to the Golden Arches and get a cup of coffee. Nothing against McDonald's, okay? All right, nothing against McDonald's. Can you make the cups a little bit bigger for seniors like me? But hey, I just don't go in there to get a cup of coffee. That's not me. I got to get something else. And when I went there the other day, all of our muffins and everything were gone, Lola. And I said to the girl, every time I come in here, they're gone. Well, you should get in here a little bit earlier. Okay. But they got the best, what do we usually have, Lola? The blueberry muffins? And what was the other one? Cinnamon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good with a cup of coffee. No.
Yeah, they are. They are good.
George Von Benko, I don't know if he's listening. He might be. He's on his way to Baltimore to watch the Orioles. Now, what idiot would do that? And then he told me yesterday. He got seats that were scalped. He went to a scalper to get good seats. I think he's behind the Angels dugout, about 5 rows. He paid some big bucks. And he's going to see Shatani pitch. How about that? I would pay a lot.
That's worth going to Baltimore.
I would pay, because I'd stop by Boog Powell's Ribs place, which you need an arm and a leg. And we're going to talk about wings in a second too, Lola. You want to take a break? It's up to you.
We can.
Lola says take a break. We can, so we will. We are the watchdog. I'm Bill. That's Lola. We're still the odd couple. Hopefully you know who you are. We just want you to listen, because we are your messengers.
This is Hoppy Kercheval. Join me weekdays at 10 o'clock right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe for Talk Line. I have guests, conversations, texts, phone calls on all the big stories affecting us in West Virginia. So tune in weekdays right here on FM 98.1 and FM 97.7, The Watchdog.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
Hey, I'm going to the kitchen. Can I grab you a Coors Light?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Huh. I never knew there was a zip line in my fridge. Hey! Hey, buddy! Yeah! You got 2 Coors Lights up there?
You got it!
Always brewed down to 34 degrees. With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go, 2 Coors Lights.
Awesome, man. Wow, these are really cold.
That's the only way I deliver it.
Sure, I mean, you being a mountain climber and all.
Yep.
You probably need a pretty warm coat in there, huh?
Yep.
Hey, Ben!
Yeah!
Ask him if he has any nachos.
You got any nachos in there?
No.
Just icy cold Coors Light?
Yep.
That makes sense. It is the Rockies.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
As county school systems in West Virginia return to the classrooms, athletes will be returning to the field. And once again, Metro News will be there to keep you informed. Fred Persinger, Dave Jecklin, and Joe Bricato are geared up and ready for another exciting season of the High School Sports Line. Get the latest scores and news along with player and coach interviews. Wednesday nights at 7:06. The High School Sports Line starts August 25th on this Metro News station and online at wvmetronews.com.
Hope most of you like the Rolling Stones, because this is our tribute to the drummer that passed away. By the way, a lot of people have asked me, because they know I'm working the Stones concert, that will they appear? Yeah, they'll appear, but, you know, we knew that before Mr. Weiss passed away that he wasn't on this tour, okay? But there's something else that could cause a cancellation again. And I hate seeing those numbers, 19, COVID-19. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone what's going to happen in October. So you're going to hear a lot of good Stone stuff today, all right? I think we put together another interesting, I don't always say good lineup, because we've had a couple turkeys. But we got Rob Whalen on. Now, I know what you're asking out there. Who in the hell is Rob Whalen? Is he a hockey player? He got a hockey name? No. He is a former major league pitcher. He's been around. I got his resume in front of me. And he loves baseball so much, he decided to spend a couple of weeks with the Washington Wild Things. And I guess he's going to be a starter. He may start tomorrow. The Wild Things probably have the best pitching staff in the Frontier League, but sometimes their hitters stay home. Like last night, they lost to a team that's not that good, but they're in a division that's not that good. That's why Tri-City is in first place by half a game. Tri-City used like 3 or 4 pitchers. They won 1-0. The Wild Things have been winning that close games, but you can't win them all. But Rob Whalen, I just thought it would be an interesting guest, and you know I'm going to ask him. And I told him, I'm going to ask him. From the major leagues to the independent league of the Frontier, why? And I'll tell you why. Because he thinks he's going to be back into the major league scene soon. He's been in Double-A, he's spent time in Triple-A, and his only victory, this is kind of like a teaser, he's 1-0 in the major leagues. His victory against the Pittsburgh Pirates. But you know what? He allowed in that Pirate win just 4 hits. He had 5 strikeouts. Here's who he struck out. These are not exactly turkeys back in 2016. He struck out Jeff Locke twice, Adam Frazier, David Freese, who has a World Series ring, and Jordy Mercer. That's pretty good stuff. All right? Yeah, he's been around, and he's a young guy. How old did I tell you? 26? I lied. He's 27. That's not really old for the Frontier League, because there's a guy, when I introduce him, I almost laugh. His name is Mike Phipps. He's the leadoff batter for Tri-City. He swings at everything. He's 38 years old. They're allowing a lot of these old guys to, they're called senior vet, I don't know. But there's another player, and I think he's with Quebec. I got to practice that because Quebec's in town over the weekend. I got to go over those names again. I think there's a guy 41 still playing in the Frontier League. Either there's something wrong mentally with him or he just loves baseball and he's a millionaire. But I think Rob Whalen's going to give us all the dope about, I shouldn't use that word, all the insight on why he's going to spend a couple of weeks in the Independent League. He wants to remain active, okay? And he's got a pretty good resume team. And he played for the United States national team. I think he qualified for the Olympics too. But he's coming up at 12:35. Greg Brown at 1:05. I got some questions for him. Like, what are we going to do with Mr. Polanco? At 1:35, usually we save him for Friday, but he's got a game tonight. Reno, Coach Reno. And if you got the supplement from the paper, all right, you'll notice that the coach is smiling. I've never seen him smile. Never. Even when I'm on the sidelines next to him at a home game. And he's smiling. Why is he smiling? He's got like one of the toughest schedules around. But he got 8 home games. He got 8 home games. And then Josh and Ryan will be with us to talk about local events. From the top of the hill, Lola, down to the parking lot, I think it took me 4 days. It's going to get crazier when they work on our side.
Yes.
Yeah?
It will.
Yeah?
Traffic is, Tuesday I had to go to Wheeling Hospital.
Oh.
So I left, it gave me 20 minutes to get there, which is, usually all right. Oh my gosh, 40 going, they were stacked up from the Indian down to Perkins.
Yeah, I've been through that. Yeah.
So this morning I had to go out to Elm Grove. So I thought, oh man, I better leave even earlier, and so I ended up leaving like 10, 15 minutes early, and there was no traffic. I got to my appointment at 10 till, so there's no rhyme or reason to it. One day it'll be
I know
the
Friday
next
it's
day
always backed up from that Indian all the way out.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I always get stuck in front of the Dairy Queen and I'm there. Boy, I wish I could run in and get a milkshake.
There's another way of going, and somebody has tried to explain it to me, and I'm just like dense, but I really, if
Well-
this keeps up. But when I make that drive, 90% of the time, I'm doing it at 11:30 at night. There's virtually no traffic, So I hate it in the day. I hate driving in the day.
You ready for my wings update?
Yeah.
Price of wings are going to go sky high.
Oh, I thought they already had.
I've been talking to a couple of my friends in Washington, Pittsburgh, Jason. They all agree. $50 will get you a big box of wings. That $50 is now $100 to $110. So some of the restaurants already have changed their menus where they're not going to carry wings, because who's going to pay $17 to $18 for 10 wings or whatever and fries when the wings might be as big as my thumb? Now, when I was growing up, nobody wanted the wings. We'd throw that away.
We use that for bait.
Yeah. When my aunt and uncle used to kill chickens and all that, and they chop it all up, they would throw the wings away. Now, and then when people started to buy wings, they were like, 10 cents, 15 cents on a Wednesday night at Jose's in Washington. And now they're going to be even more because it costs so much. Wings. Whatever. Probably be as high as the price of beef. But that's, so enjoy all your wings now before when you walk into a restaurant, you get a new menu, like a couple of my friends. When I see a new menu, I see one thing. Prices go up. You might not see wings. And that would be a shame.
What are these places that specialize in wings?
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
I don't know. I mean, if people really love wings, they're going to pay the price, even though a bucket may cost you an arm and a leg. But you get French fries with it, whatever. I don't know. Wings. And I love wings.
Everything is going up.
I love wings.
The supply chain thing is all screwed up. All screwed up.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. I don't know. So I'm talking to a friend of mine who covers the Chicago White Sox. He's been a baseball guy in Chicago. Well, he started out in L.A., and I talked to him last night. We talked for about an hour. Why am I talking to a guy in Chicago? I want to know why there's over 200 shootings and killings and murders a day there. Well, a lot of it has to do with dope, cocaine. Look at your map and look where Chicago is located. Chicago, according to my friend, is a hub for drug distribution. A lot of drugs go through Chicago, and they're distributed around the country. That's one of the reasons you have all this, it's druggies, it's drugs, people going nuts. Who's on the line, Lola?
It's Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright.
Well, hello, Mr. DeFabio. How are you?
Why do they call you Mr. Wright? Aren't you ever wrong? Are you perfect?
I was wrong once, my first marriage.
That made me laugh. Oh, that's great. I needed that. I'm ready to go now for the rest of the day.
The second marriage is going strong. Lola can attest to that. It's like almost 24 years.
Yes,
okay.
But hey, speaking of this wing shortage, does it really make sense that there's a wing shortage? Because there's not a chicken shortage, and unless there's like they're having deformed chickens with no wings.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was told by one of my friends that sells wings, and he's not going to for a while, I guess. I don't know. Because, once the prices go up, they're not going to go down from the supplier. Everything is...
no, not for a while.
They have these big meetings, conference calls, and it's all bidding. Like, give us $70 for this? Do we get 60?
Yeah.
Because the suppliers, they're going to go with the lowest bid. I didn't know you do that.
Yeah, my business, all my business is mostly bid work. And it's crazy. I mean, for beef, we used to pay $1.98 a pound. Now it's like $3.56 a pound or whatever.
Yeah.
And then plus you got to mark it up and add transportation to it, which transportation is absolutely absurd in today's world. But here's an email I got today. Do you know what a packing slip is?
Packing slip, yes.
Yeah, there's a shortage of packing slips now.
Whoa.
Until at least mid-September. They're not going to supply packing slips with our orders.
Well, a couple of big chain restaurants ran out of plastic straws. There's a plastic straw shortage. Here, I got one for you. Are you ready? And I made certain people that sell ammo and guns up on the Highlands. I won't give them credit for their name because they don't buy time here. I bought some ammo, right? No, it wasn't up there. It was in Pittsburgh. one of my favorite gun places. And I bought a few rounds of .357, okay? Shells, bullets, okay?
Can you actually handle one of them guns?
Oh, yeah, very good, very good.
Oh, good.
You want me by your side if you're in trouble. Listen, I'm no brag, just fact. I grew up on a farm, and I was shooting everything in sight with shotguns and stuff. But listen to this. So I paid a good amount of dollars for these .350. I get to my car, I open the bag, I look at the box. The shells, the bullets were made in Russia. I am not going to shoot. I'm not going to shoot anything from Russia. I went back in, and I had to talk to a supervisor to get a refund. So then I went out and I used that money and got some Winchester and Remington.
Well, here's another thing. With the prices going up and everything, just say food, for instance, the portion sizes are also getting smaller.
Oh, yeah.
The prices up and the sizes are smaller.
Yeah.
Like I used to sell toilet paper. They try to refrain from raising the price of toilet paper by making the sheets smaller. I mean, you look at how big your sheet is or how little your sheet is on a toilet paper nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah.
They used to be a standard, used to be a 4-inch by 4-inch square.
Yeah.
Now you're lucky to be 2.5 inches by 3 inches on a square.
Yeah. You have a restaurant, Mr. Wright?
I do not, but I'm in the business I'm in, we sell food service products to federal prisons all over the country. And trust me, the government don't want to pay I can't say a bad word, but they don't want to pay squat for anything.
Yeah.
They'll pay $400 for a hammer, but they only want to pay 99 cents for ground beef.
Well, yeah, that's the way everything is, yeah. Somebody told me, Lola, was it you, or we had a guest on a couple of years ago, that government butter is good.
Yeah, it is good.
Government butter, cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cheese is, I love government, it's WIC, American cheese. And you get it in the block and you just...
It's not made in America, Lola. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know that.
I don't know that.
Well, it says it is.
But
it says it is, exactly.
But things are whacked out all over the world, including the restaurant business. Mr. Wright, thank you for calling.
Yep, have a good show.
And you're right. Well, what's wrong? No chicken? Is there a chicken shortage?
Chicken with no wings. That's what it is. Chicken with no wings.
Yeah, well, it's a way to, can I use the word gouge?
You know what, years ago there was this, I can't remember, Pilgrim's Pride, I think it was, in southern West Virginia. They got harassed because they were killing the chickens not humanely, and that's probably what's going on. They're kicking the chickens and breaking the wings.
Wow. Okay, all right. Hey, thank you, man. Keep in touch and keep listening.
Yep, okay, later.
Mr. Wright. Wow, that's good. That's good stuff. I have no idea. When I see new menus, I know, they're not replacing the old dirty ones. Prices go up. There's one place I always go, you can get a nice big hoagie, a Rachel, that's roast beef, meatballs, huge. And the price, there's nothing under like $10 anymore. And the hoagies, for some reason, have shrunk, How do you shrink a meatball hoagie? Well, you put maybe one less meatball and shorten the bread. I don't know.
Go to a fast food restaurant. That is not cheap anymore.
No.
Absolutely not cheap.
No. Sometimes they say, well, you buy one, get one free, but the two put together is like the price of one. Whatever. The bottom line is, you don't have to go to these places. But I like going out, Right now I'm going out. I'm going out the door, going down the hall to the bathroom. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I think this gentleman will be very, very interesting to the listeners. A guy that's played in the majors, and now he's trying to make a comeback with the Washington Wild Things. Rob Whalen next on The Variety Show.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. Those who work for the Charleston Area Medical Center are going to have to get their COVID vaccination by October 15th. The hospital system announcing that new policy on Wednesday as cases of the virus are mounting. Spokesman Dale Witt.
If someone does not want to take the vaccine, they can't be placed on a schedule until they do.
Now, Witt says the decision was made when the Pfizer vaccine received full approval, and he says it's another step to try and end the pandemic.
The number of cases in the community are increasing dramatically. The number of hospitalizations are increasing dramatically. It's a critical time to have as many employees as you can have taking care of the community.
Now, about 65% of hospital staff are already vaccinated, but this week WVU hospitals and Mont Health System in Morgantown both issued vaccine mandates for their employees. WVU decided against a vaccine mandate for those on campus after the approval of the Pfizer vaccine by the FDA. However, the WVU Faculty Senate has called a special meeting next week to talk about support of a resolution to support the mandatory vaccines. Governor Jim Justice resisting pressure to reinstate a mask mandate statewide for the moment, but there are growing mask mandates for various locations in Kanawha County. Judge Gary Webster issuing an order to reinstate the mandatory face covering for those in the Kanawha County Judicial Annex. And in Fayette County, a judge has issued an identical order that calls for masking in the Fayette County judicial facilities. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. The Girl Scouts of the Black Diamond Council and the Buckskin Council of the Boy Scouts of America have teamed up to offer free scouting opportunities to children in foster and kinship care in West Virginia. The partnership announced on Wednesday will be funded by the Benedum Foundation. Marissa Sanders is director of the West Virginia Foster, Adoptive, and Kinship Network.
I think that this program will help families to have more community, to have that opportunity for a little bit of respite when they need it.
There are 6,000 to 7,000 kids in West Virginia in foster care. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. Beware of telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you. Callers threatening you with arrest or other legal action and demanding money are not from us. If you receive a call like this, hang up, do not provide them with any form of payment or information. Report the call at oig.ssa.gov.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
America's infrastructure connects our communities and makes our nation work. These systems are vital to our everyday lives and Ohio's economy. That's why Senator Rob Portman led the way in passing legislation that makes critical investments in Ohio's roads, bridges, and electricity systems. Critical investments in the infrastructure that makes America and Ohio great. Here's Senator Portman on C-SPAN.
Because it is landmark and needed legislation in fixing our nation's roads, bridges, railroads, our ports, our waterways, our electrical grid, our broadband network, and more. It will be a lasting bipartisan achievement to help the people we represent.
Repairing our roads and bridges, upgrading electrical systems, and increasing access to information systems is good for our families, good for America, and good for our future. Thank you, Senator Portman, for leading the way on a real infrastructure plan that rebuilds America and invests in Ohio. Thank you for voting to invest in us. Learn more at let'sinvestinus.com. Paid for by Citizens for Responsible Energy Solutions.
Hey man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Lights?
You got it. Hey Mike! I need 2 Coors Lights!
Sure thing.
With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go.
Thanks, Mike. Doing a great job. All right, 2 ice cold Coors Lights.
That's the coldest beer I've ever had.
Hey, they don't call it the world's most refreshing beer for nothing.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you really have the Rocky Mountains in your beer cooler?
You don't believe it? Check it out.
Man, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right? I can't believe it myself sometimes. I mean, this cooler is only 3 feet wide.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Attorney Tom McIntyre.
Life. It may knock you down, but you don't have to say that way. I'm Tom McIntyre. I'm a bankruptcy attorney, and I'm here to help you. Give us a call, and we'll send you a copy of my free book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's an interesting read, and it'll explain bankruptcy to you like no other book does. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Call Thomas E. McIntyre and Associates at 304-232-8600. Allow us to help put you back on the road to financial success.
Hi, it's Howard Monroe. When you join Brad Leonard and me weekday mornings from 7 to 10 for the Watchdog Morning Show, we'll have all the top stories of the day. We'll go behind the scenes with some informative guests giving you some interesting information. And, of course, some off-the-wall, off-the-beaten-path kind of issues and stories that you may not hear in the top headlines. Plus, your news, your sports, your weather. Zach Petty, Bill DeFabio, Tony Caridi. We're just your morning breakfast club, getting together and chewing the fat. Hope you'll join us weekday, 7 to 10. The Watchdog Morning Show, right here.
So far, no Rob Whalen. Hopefully, the excuse is he got picked up by another team. Because I know when I confirmed this last night, he said people have been calling me like 24/7. So hopefully he goes back to pro ball, triple A, double A, because he's had experience with all of them. I got his bio right here. 9-2 in double A with the Mets. Okay. Triple A, he was 4-1 with the Braves. Okay. His only victory in Major League Baseball over the Pirates, which is cool. I wonder if Greg Brown remembers him in 2016. I should have texted him last night and said, hey, your assignment, you remember Rob Whalen? So whatever excuse is, I tried. I confirmed it again this morning with a text, so whatever. I'm sure the young man has more on his mind than to be on a talk show, but I thought it would be cool, And if I don't see him at the clubhouse tonight, I know he got moved. And I'll probably get the release up in the press box. I hope he moves back up. Because if it was me, I'm there, wow, I was in the majors and now I'm in the Frontier League. There's nothing wrong with the Frontier League. The Frontier League has put 57 players in Major League Baseball, affiliated ball, excuse me. No, because we've had 3 guys, one of them pitched for the Yankees for almost a year, won 11 games. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting on Saturday. It's Sean Casey bobblehead night. There'll be people in line an hour and a half before the gate opens to get their bobbleheads, okay? As a matter of fact, my box seats aren't going to be used for Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can have an intern get me 4 bobbleheads, then I can sell them. Lola, you want a Sean Casey bobblehead for $100?
No, thank you.
Okay. No. He played for the Tigers.
Well, that's nice.
All right.
But no, I don't want.
No.
I don't have $100 to spend on anything.
Okay. But yeah, that'll be a big night. I got my Nailers Star Wars jersey from Star Wars night that DJ gave me that I never wore. I think I'll wear it for Sunday because it's Star Wars Day on Kids Day. I can't wait to see all the outfits that the employees, where there's only like 5 of us and about 11,000 interns. I can't wait to see how they dress up. PA guy doesn't have to dress up. Nobody cares about the PA guy. Just get the score right and the batter at the plate right, the pitching changes, that's all. But I'm going to wear that shirt because it's cool. It's cool. All right, I'll tell you what else is cool. It's the start of football season. I'm doing research on Steubenville because we got Reno coming up here at 1:35. He's already 1-0. And you talk about a tough schedule, And I can't wait to tell Reno, why are you smiling for the picture in the magazine? He never smiles. But he's got some great players. I know one of them is Brenton Jones, and the other, it's an easy name, and I can't remember it. Rodney James. But they got New Philadelphia, okay, Wheeling Park, Obama, Lindsley, St. Francis de Sales, wherever that is. You know where that is, Lola? St. Francis de Sales?
I think it's maybe around Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think they're around Columbus.
Yeah.
It's a big school.
Yeah, Alderdice, Cardinal Mooney, they're good, and University. All those teams I just mentioned, plus New Philadelphia tonight, all those teams I just mentioned, they have to visit Steubenville. Hey, Reno's no dummy. He's got like 8 home games, usually wins all 8. But he's got some toughies in there. Because a lot of schools, well, we don't want to play Steubenville. They'll kick our butt, They're always good. But a lot of the guys that make prediction locally have the Big Red at 6 and 4. I could see 1 or 2 losses. I don't know about 4. But the schedule's loaded. The schedule's loaded. And I can save a trip to Steubenville on September 24th, save some gas money, okay? Because I'll just go down the street or over the street, across the river to Grandma's house we go, to Lindsley. Because on September 24th, Lindsley I think is visiting. Yeah, they're visiting. Yep, there's no at there. There's only one at, and that's Dover. So maybe I'll just go to Steubenville to see Lindsley and Steubenville and get to talk to both coaches. And that crowd, if you've never been there, no matter where you're listening, if you're ever in the area on a Friday night and Steubenville's playing football, you think you're at a college game. It is so loud. The crowd, it's like a Super Bowl. It is. The band is tremendous. when the players come on, that horse that has the smoke coming out of its mouth or on top of the scoreboard is something unbelievable. I saw that in Denver. Did they copy it off of Steubenville? It's just great. It's a great atmosphere. I don't think you really care about the score because 9 out of 10 times, Steubenville's going to win at home. It's just a great place for football. And I checked out the concession stand. Yeah, everything's pretty reasonable, you know. Spend a couple of dollars for 50-50. You never know when you could win a big one because there's always a big crowd there. So, yeah, that's good. But New Philadelphia, they have been real tough on Steubenville in playoff games. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. And, you know, 2020, no fans in that? Now there'll be a lot of fans. So it should be a good night for football fans tonight, Thursday. I almost forgot they're playing Thursday night. But Reno will be with us to talk about his team. Tomorrow, what do I have tomorrow? I didn't bring the sheet with me, did I? No. I know we have Kyle Wiggs because University is playing John Marshall. Yeah. And also we'll have Coach Chapman from Magnolia. He has a small roster, but most of the experience is coming from the seniors who were juniors last year. So he's expecting a good season. We don't talk about wins and losses. Because, you know, coaches speak, they don't like to talk, well, can't predict what we're going to do, because that's just not the way it's done. And we won't talk about upper and lower body injuries, which I get tired of hearing in the National Hockey League, okay? And then we'll also have Butch is back from his vacation. He's going to tell us about Arizona. And then I think he went to the Grand Canyon. And it was so cold there that they had to rent jackets. But he's going to tell us that story. Then he went on to San Diego. All right? So tomorrow's covered. Oh, then we'll get an update about injuries or whatever for the Steelers in their final preseason game against Carolina. Carolina's defense, you're going to see most of their starters if you watch the game Friday. I'll just watch the highlights on the postgame show. You know, preseason, yeah. But, you know, they got to get down to that 53-man roster. So there's going to be 15 or 16 players looking for jobs after the releasing of those players on Sunday. I have 4 veterans will get the pink slip. I think Ray Fittipaldo said 2 on the air, so we'll see who's right. You know, the one veteran, I guess he was supposed to start at safety. He didn't play very much because he's hurt. You know, you can't win a position if you're hurt, sitting in a tub of ice. And that's just the way it goes in football. You never know. And then I got the bad news on Tuesday. I'm minding my own business 3 hours before 2 hours because I left here and went to the press box. I got the news that we, the media, who are not on the Steelers' payroll, 3 of their reporters are paid by Mr. Rooney. They'll be allowed in the locker room to do interviews. We will not be, period. How will we interview players? Well, on Wednesday and Thursday, they will select 3 or 4 players to come to the media room and talk to us. You know they're not going to select, like, are they going to bring Ben Roethlisberger if he throws 4 interceptions? No, because we will grill him. It's all about control. And now for another year, I was telling Ray Fittipaldo yesterday, I said, Ray, we may never see the locker room. He says, I can't disagree with you. And all teams are going to be doing that. The Pirates, now you might see some TV guys interviewing players by home plate. They're allowed on the field for about 45 minutes before the game during batting practice. But you got to go through a PR guy. You know, I want to talk to him. I'd like to talk to him. And if they say you can talk to him but not to him, whatever. It's all about control. And I really think the players love it. I know Tomlin loves it when we're not in the locker room. You know, most of the stuff I get, it's one-on-one. You know, if a tight end has a bad knee, he's going to tell me. You know, the Steelers don't want that out. Whatever. I will survive. Who did that song, Lola? I will survive.
I'm thinking Gloria Gaynor. But
Yeah, thank you, Lola. Yeah, we'll survive. Yeah, I feel bad for my interns because I want them to get the experience of sticking a microphone in someone's face and asking questions, even sometimes if it's a tough one. All they're going to get is no comment or no way when we stick the mic, you know, where it might hurt. I feel sorry for them. But that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I was upset for about 30 seconds because I expected it to take place again. When the COVID-19 came up, and now, you know, it seems to be growing in professional teams, whatever. Who was it has now 4 players? Is it the Rangers, the Texas Rangers? But it's, Cam Newton, misdiagnosed or whatever, that might mean Mr. Jones, a rookie from Alabama, could be the starting quarterback. Because Bill Belichick says if you don't practice, you don't play, man, no matter who you are. So it's all crazy. It used to be real simple. You give the score of a game, you play sound bites of the player of the game or whatever, losing coach, yapping, whatever. Nah, it's not rocket science. I'm more concerned about homeless people, our government, the crazy crap, I almost swore, the crazy crap in Afghanistan. Everything's crazy. Everything's crazy. All right, here's your lineup for tomorrow. Is tomorrow the 27th? Yeah. Ambridge. Used to go to a lot of their games when they played Aliquippa. You talk about the fights. Whew. It was like Aldi and Frazier, Ambridge will visit Wheeling Central. Tomorrow we'll have Mike Young on to talk about Wheeling Central. I'll pick his brains about the Bridgers, He won't tell us too much. He'll just say they're a very good team. We expect them to be good because that's coaches speak. And then we have John Marshall at University. All right, by the way, the Wheeling Central game's at 7 o'clock. Just a reminder on WKKX. And John Marshall University is on WVLY. Why? Because we got a couple radio stations and we can give you more sports reporting on local teams. And Kyle Wiggs will be with us tomorrow because he covers University. I think he's the radio voice of University. I always get that and Morgantown mixed up with him. And then, of course, we'll be talking a lot of WVU football down the road, which is right around the corner. Everything's right around the corner. Penguins start practicing for hockey pretty soon. The Nailers in early October will be practicing for their regular season. So I can't wait to see DJ Abicella's video, 20-year commemorative highlights that he's put together for about a month or so. Everybody that works with DJ says he's done a great job. Well, I expect that out of DJ. He might not be a perfectionist, but he tries to get it right. And I want to see some of those highlights. Here's some of those great calls. Here's some of the great crowds they used to have. What do we have on 9-3? Oh, is that the following Friday, Lola? 9-3?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Okay. By the way, Wheeling Park, the Patriots, will be visiting the Big Red on September 3rd. How about that? That'll be an interesting battle, okay? Doherty versus Coach Reno. I'd like to go to that one. But I just got the feeling that the Wild Things are going to be in the playoffs. That's my first priority. But there's a lot of great games coming up. Shady Side, Wheeling Central on 9/17. They're all good games. And we like to cover a lot of the good games, especially the rivalry games, Central, St. Clairsville, Morgantown, John Marshall. Boy, we cover a lot of John Marshall. That's good. That's good. Oak Glen, I don't know that much about him, but we'll get the coach on to tell us about his team. Parkersburg South has been is a quality opponent. So we got it all here. You know what? I just covered high school. I could spend 3 hours on our programming. Today is the 27th, so what do we got? No, today's the 26th. Well, we don't have anything, do we? Tomorrow's a walkthrough. I get 26, 27 mixed up. Friday's a walkthrough. WTRF, our news teammate, Sportsline. We got Ambridge versus Central. We already went over that. John Marshall versus University. Then we got the fifth quarter scoreboard. As if all of that's not enough, we got the Metro game night. And then we got Saturday, ONN Sports Magazine, Metro High School Football, the scoreboard, and right here in the studios, Sports Huddle. Am I done? Ain't no way. Sunday, we got the Cleveland Browns, because we're the Ohio Valley voice of the Browns. They play in Atlanta. Not a regular season game, but you know what? It's a game where you got to watch or listen to find out who might not be on the team next week, because the big cut is coming up for all the teams, all right? I've always liked following the Browns, because I remember watching Jimmy Brown run over the Steelers, and I remember an interview I did with him years ago. Thank you, Mel Blunt, for the introduction, because Jimmy is not exactly media friendly, but that's okay. Mel Blunt introduced me, and when I said, can I do an interview with you? And he said, turn that thing on, meaning my tape recorder. And he told me, he said, the Steelers in the 60s were not very good, but they were the most physical team we ever played, and they like to beat up on me. Once in a while I beat them, a lot of times they beat me. So, and I would hear that from some ex-Steelers in the 60s. So, now, Steelers had one good year in the 60s, 1963. They were one win away from going to the NFL championship game. But that didn't happen, okay? All right, a lot of things happening in September, October. I mean, it's just, we do it all. And don't forget next Tuesday and Monday. How about Monday? Buckeye Roundtable, all right, for you Ohio State fans. And then it continues with the Ryan Day Weekly Coaches Show. That's on Tuesday, next week. I'd like to repeat all this, but in a couple of minutes we have to take a break. And at the top of the hour, if I'm late, Lola has the stapler ready to throw at me. And she can throw a stapler. I mean, it's only a couple of feet away. But we do the sports, we do local programming, and it all starts early in the morning with the big guy, Howard Monroe, and of course his teammate Biff from 7 to 10. Then our friends in Morgantown take over. I'm here from 12 to 2 with extended play to 3. We got you covered, okay? We are the voice in the Ohio Valley, whether it's news, sports, and something else we do very, very, very well, community service. We'll be back.
Watchdog is FM 98.1 W251CY, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7 W249DU, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Deadly explosions rocking Kabul 5 days before the deadline for the U.S. to leave. One blast occurring at the main gate at the airport where Americans and Afghans trying to get access to flights out are being processed. At least 3 U.S. service members were among the injured. ABC's global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz.
Remember, the U.S. military is in charge over there only of securing that airport, the inside of that airport. The injuries that we have heard about of 3 service members, we were saying earlier that the service members are very close to the people outside. They keep overwatch of the people outside.
The Associated Press reporting the militant group ISIS-K is likely responsible. Retired U.S. Marine Corps Colonel and ABC News contributor Steve Ganyard.
This is not in the Taliban's best interest. This is in ISIS-K or any kind of Islamic terrorist group's interest. So it's going to be very interesting what goes on out in the town about how does the Taliban deal with this, and were they complicit, or is this something that they did not want to happen and they will go out and try to track down any potential future attacks.
President Biden at the White House monitoring the situation. No word yet on how the U.S. will respond. The Delta variant continuing to surge across the country, and last week a slight uptick in jobless claims.
First-time claims for unemployment benefits didn't change much from the prior week, remaining near pandemic lows. 353,000 Americans filed for jobless benefits for the first time last week, a slight increase from the prior week.
ABC's Aaron Katursky. Ford issuing a recall for its popular F-150 trucks.
If you have a new F-150 Super Cab body style, Ford says you may need to stop driving your truck immediately and to call Ford to figure out what to do next. The recall involves a front seatbelt webbing. It might be incorrectly routed and might not protect passengers in a crash. Regular and crew cab styles are not impacted.
ABC's Alex Stone, you're listening to ABC News.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should.
People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
Airbnb expanding a program providing temporary housing to Afghan refugees.
Days after Airbnb announced a program providing free housing to Afghan refugees, the home-sharing site opening the program to anyone, not just current Airbnb hosts. The initiative, through the company's charitable organization, Airbnb.org, aims to house 20,000 Afghan refugees worldwide. Hosts could elect to share their homes for free or at discounted rates. Normal Airbnb fees would be waived and costs covered in part by donations to the Airbnb.org Refugee Fund. Dave Packer, ABC News.
As firefighters in California battle more than a dozen different wildfires across that state, millions of people in other areas, including Lake Tahoe, feeling the effects of those blazes with worsening air quality. ABC's chief meteorologist, Ginger Zee.
They have had very few days without that impure air. This is compounded. And unfortunately, today we will see more. There are these dry cold fronts that try to go through and clear things out, but it doesn't necessarily work. Then the high takes over and the heat perks up.
The smoky air expected to last for several more days. If you're having trouble using Face ID while wearing a mask, there are reports that Apple is working on a solution. That company testing an upgrade, it says, for its iPhone 13. But it's unclear if it will be ready by the time Apple unveils that new model, expected now in a few weeks. This is ABC News.
Marcus by Goldman Sachs offers personal loans with no fees, ever. Banks offer coffee. So what's more important, a Marcus by Goldman Sachs loan with no fees that could help consolidate debt, or bank coffee that tastes like bank coffee? You can money. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing from Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
Investing involves risk and investments may lose value. Brokerage and investment advisory services by Goldman Sachs & Company, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Lending and deposits products provided by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member FDIC.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
On the Ohio News Network, I'm Daniel Barnett. A pediatrician in suburban Toledo says he's seeing an uptick in COVID-19 cases in his patients. Roxanne Elias with affiliate station WTOL-TV in Toledo reports.
Dr. Noah Sutter says
we've started to see more and more positive cases over the last few weeks. So with school starting, it really seemed like this was a problem that is starting to become worse and worse.
And doctors say that means, once again, kids wearing masks and not gathering indoors with big crowds.
It's not fun. I don't like it. Everybody wants to keep kids in school. We're going to have to do a better job of being mindful of possible exposures.
Roxanne Elias in Maumee.
And the president of the Ohio State University went on national television to talk about the school's vaccine mandate. More from Angela Ann with affiliate WBNS-TV in Columbus.
Dr. Christina Johnson spoke on MSNBC last night saying OSU is at 75% vaccination right now, but getting above 90% would allow Buckeyes to have a more normal year. Dr. Johnson also said OSU would not disenroll students who don't vaccinate by the deadline of November 15th. However, if they cannot show proof of vaccination by December, students will not be allowed to enroll in the new year. I'm Angela Ann.
For a look at state news anytime, visit ONNradio.com. I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local, just the way you like it.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. it could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. With a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine through the day, a high near 90 degrees, overnight low of 70 degrees. Under partly cloudy skies, you'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine for your Friday, with highs in the upper 80s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
You know, we're doing a tribute to the Stones, but when you have this guest on, you don't play Stones. How do you like that? Especially for you, Greg.
Well, what, not playing the Stones?
Yeah, I was going to do a tribute to the Jones because they lost their drummer. So I said to Lola, why don't we play all Stone songs? But we knew better not to play Stone songs to introduce you.
No, she knew better. There's
Well.
no way you knew that.
Lola?
You're right, Greg. You're
Thank
absolutely
you.
correct.
I knew it. I knew that.
Yeah.
There's no way you would have known that.
Well, I guess you're right.
I knew I was.
Yeah. For those of you waiting to hear from Rob Whalen, he apologized, but he had some family business to take care of. So I said, how about 2:05? Well, he's going to be on the field, so I've scheduled him for tomorrow on Football Friday. Because I already talked to you about Rob Whalen. Here's a guy that's been single A, double A, triple A, major leagues. And now he's trying, he remains in professional baseball. He wants to work out. And I think the Wild Things did a smart thing in getting this guy who's going to start in a couple of days because now they got like 4 good starters. And I think they're going to be in the playoffs. But his one win in Major League Baseball came against your Pirates, Greg.
Well, yeah, we were talking off there. That was 2016, but it just came to mind. That name was so familiar, and it has a tie to Pirates history.
It does?
Yes.
Make me a lot smarter than I am.
Okay. You don't have to give me credit for this, by the way. You never do, so it doesn't matter.
I give you credit all the time.
So his name is Rob Whalen, correct? I
yes,
believe.
Rob Whalen, yeah.
The pitcher who he pitched, I pitched only a few years, maybe 2016, 17, 18, I think. But I guess you'll know that.
Yeah.
As you discussed
well,
with him.
He split 2017 between AAA and the Seattle Mariners.
Okay. So anyway, this Rob Whalen. Now, there is a Bob Whalen. Spells his name, I believe, the same. W-H-A-L-E-N, correct?
Correct.
Bob Whalen is the current head coach at Dartmouth, and he's been there for a number of years. His father, Bob Chick Whalen,
You're going to confuse me.
Chick Whalen was the scouting director for the Pirates back in the 50s and 60s. He signed Steve Blass.
Oh.
Chick Whalen. Bob Chick Whalen signed Steve Blass. Now, that's a very unique name, baseball name. So again, the guy you're talking to, the pitcher for the Wild Things, is Rob Whalen. His last name spelled the same as the current head coach at Dartmouth, Bob Whalen, whose father, his late father, signed Steve Blass.
Wow. I never
How
thought
about that, as Mel Allen would say?
Wow. Yeah. That's good stuff. I just wrote it all down. I can't remember. Okay, but Bob Chick. Okay, signed Steve Blass.
Don't worry, Lola will remember.
I don't think
She'll
so
bail you
because
out again.
no, because it's Pirates. All she cares about is her Tigers. Come on.
All right.
And then I had scheduled Sean Casey, but I forgot when I'm on, he's on MLB. He's going to be in Washington at the Wild Things Saturday doing his charity work. Okay, and it's bobblehead night. So as I mentioned, there'll be first 1,000 people. There'll be about 500 people in line 3 hours before the game to get their bobblehead.
No doubt.
Yep. No doubt. And after the season, I can't wait to get my Steve Blass bobblehead from you.
Yep, it's still in good condition.
And if I can borrow one, I'll make sure I get an extra Sean Casey bobblehead for you. How about that?
Thanks. Thank you. But don't go out of your way because I'm not necessarily collecting. In fact, I don't collect anything, to be honest with you.
How about do you collect paychecks from Mr. Nutting, or you work for free? Come on.
No, I don't collect them. Okay. I get them and I cash them quick. The only shot I got to survive.
A guy like you shouldn't have any problems with bills or mortgage or anything.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hey, how much is horse feed? Is horse feed expensive? Everything else is.
Exactly. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of people need fed.
Yeah. How about the price of wings are going to go sky high because, wings, I used to throw them away on the farm in the 50s.
Yes.
We'd slim and trim the chicken and throw the wings away.
Yeah, I thought you just said wigs, by the way. That's funny.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Greg.
That was not intentional. It sounded like you said the prices of wigs.
Maybe I did say.
Expensive.
Well, wigs are expensive today, especially if it's real. There's a big difference between plastic hair and real hair because I got both, okay?
Okay, well, there you go.
Hey, I would have bet Lola's salary, okay, monthly salary, that you guys would finally sweep a team. That didn't happen last night.
No, it didn't. And I was just reading an article. The manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks apparently was asked by the Phoenix newspapers. I don't know what it is with me and the Diamondbacks getting in trouble with this team. I don't intend to. It's never intentional. I didn't get in trouble with them, but Torey Lovello was asked about if he had seen the Pirate broadcasters last night, what they were doing with the show Open. And I was on with Matt Capps, and we both had brooms in our hands.
Ooh.
And he was asked about that, and he said, well, actually, a good friend of mine texted me a picture of the Pirate broadcasters with the brooms in their hands before the game. And he said, I don't have a problem with that. He goes, that's their territory, that's their area. I'm just glad it didn't happen. I'm glad we didn't get swept. And we decided to throw caution to the wind. It had been 10 straight series opportunities that the Pirates had where they lost the final game either in a 2-game, 3-game, or 4-game series. And we thought, what the heck? What difference does it make? Why not? And again, it's a taboo to do something like that. Certainly, fans do it. They come to the ballpark
with
bringing
broomsticks.
Yeah. You never see one on the field, of course. The players never bring them into the clubhouse. And it probably is a first in broadcasting history that the two TV announcers had broomsticks in their hands. But we said, what the heck? Why not? And why not have some fun with it? And so lo and behold, we did not win the game last night. But who knows? Maybe we'll bring them out again. Yeah. The old song, you don't spit into the wind, you don't tug on Superman's cave. But we go ahead and, like I said, throw caution in the wind and gave it a shot. And why not? It would have been fun had we won. We didn't. But
you're just having fun, you know.
We're just having
you
fun.
You wouldn't do that in Arizona. I know that. So you can do it at home.
Well, it goes back to what we talked about so many times about baseball superstitions and things that you do and you don't. You know, you don't talk no hitter traditionally when there's no hitter going on. It's baseball tradition. You don't have broomsticks around. In fact, I know that the players don't care to see broomsticks in the stands when fans bring them because they think it's just bad mojo. And so I even said something to Derek Shelton before the game that we were going to do it, and he didn't say anything. I don't know if he was thrilled with it. But I figured, why not? We had gone 10 straight series with winning the first game of a 2-game series, the first 2 games of a 3-game series, the first 3 games of a 4-game series, only to lose the finale. So what difference does it make whether we brought a broomstick or not?
I think it's a no-brainer. No-brainer.
Yep,
But, you know,
I agree.
maybe it's a slow news day for the Arizona newspaper guy.
Just having fun.
Yeah, just having fun. Sometimes you can't have fun today, you know?
Bingo.
Yeah. Hey, you got any Sean Casey stories you want to share with us? I know he hit the first home run at PNC Park.
Well, my favorite story, actually, we talked about him on the air a couple weeks ago because there was I don't know who the player was. There's a ball hit to left field, and it wasn't caught. And the batter, I want to say it might have been somebody on the Brewers, and he did not run out of the batter's box because he thought it was going to be a foul ball. It was a pop-up down the left field line, and he didn't see it, so he didn't run at all. And the ball dropped in front of the left fielder, and he didn't recognize, I forget who our left fielder was, that the batter did not run. But had he thrown to first, let's say it is Lorenzo Cain, for example, the Brewers.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was, but if it was Lorenzo Cain who was batting, had our left fielder, let's say it's Ben Gamble. I don't know that it was, but if Ben Gamble throws to first, he gets Lorenzo Cain out on a fly ball that dropped in left field. The last time that happened in the major leagues, Sean Casey was playing for the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
Had a base hit to left field.
Know where this is going.
And was thrown out at first base.
Yeah.
He didn't recognize it right away. So that's. But and of course, he's one of the great people of all time.
Yeah. By the way, that anniversary was 3 days ago because we talked about it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah. I forgot to text you that. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's okay.
As much as you think I'm an idiot at times, I always take care of you with On This Date in Pirate History.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I forgot to do it. So
I know it's not intentional.
And I didn't see the 2 broadcasters, you and Walkie, right, with the brooms? I didn't see it because I was working the Wild Things game.
Yeah, Matt Capps and I worked
Matt
the
Capps,
last
okay.
3 games.
By the way, he sounds
he's on
good.
The radio.
He sounds
he
good.
Is. Well, I'll tell him you said that, and he gets a lot of people saying the same thing, and I get a little angry about it, to be honest with you, because it's not fair that a guy comes into the broadcast booth the first year and he gets all these props and accolades. He really needs to take. I want people to say he's no good. I haven't heard it yet.
No, I think he's good, but I'm not going to say real good. He sounds too much like a homer.
But like we are.
No. Well, Walkie, Walkie tells it like it is. Who's going to tell Bob Walkie's wrong?
You're hilarious. because that's the old broadcasting thing that we do.
Yeah, I know. That's good. Hey, I think all of you guys,
criticize the Pirates. I get that from people ripping me all the time for that. But that's okay.
Yeah, those college kids in the morning rip you too. But
that goes back to our Bob Prince days. I had somebody. Oh my gosh, I don't know where I was a couple weeks ago, and someone said to me, "Boy, you're quite a homer." I think was the word he used.
Oh.
And I said, "Thank you." He goes, "What?" I said, "Thank you very much." I said, "That's in the tradition of Bob Prince and Rosie Rosewell."
Lanny Fratelli.
People that, oh my gosh, there was no bigger homer than Bob Prince.
No.
None. Nobody. I can't even come close to him, or Rosie Rosewell.
No.
You know when Rosie Rosewell would call that his famous home run call, "Open the window, Aunt Minnie"?
Yeah, I remember.
When the ball was hit toward left field, he'd say, "Open the window, Aunt Minnie," pretending that there was this older woman in a house, and she had to run upstairs and open the upstairs window, bedroom window. Otherwise, the ball that was just hit over the Forbes Field wall was going to crash through that window. She'd better open it in a hurry, or else the window would be broken. So he would say, when the ball was hit in the air, he'd go, "There's a fly ball to left field. Open the window, Aunt Minnie." And he would have Bob Prince stand on the chair next to him with a pie pan full of nuts and bolts and different things. And as soon as the ball cleared the wall, he'd have Prince drop that pan full of nuts and bolts and everything else to make it sound like a glass window was crashing.
Yeah.
And he'd go, "Whoops, she never made it."
Yeah. That's
now,
good.
you want to talk about a homer.
Yeah.
Rosie Rosewell and Bob Prince were the biggest homers maybe in the history of broadcasting. So if somebody calls me a homer, I say thank you.
Yeah. You're just doing your job,
No, I say thank you because that means you're comparing me to Rosie Rosewell and Bob Prince.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
They were that big of homers.
Yeah.
But
everybody you've had.
I tried to get that. I tried to be as big a homer as they.
The
That's what I'm striving for.
The outfielder, Young, he sounded pretty good too. Didn't you have Young on?
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. That's cool what you do. So, I like all of you guys. I like all of you.
Thank you, Bill.
Especially Walk and Wayner, because I interviewed them a long time ago. That's like when I see those young kids for Toronto. I interviewed all their dads.
Oh, I know. I'm there too.
Yeah,
I see it all.
you probably say,
Yep.
"Wow, I remember." Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Well, you got the Cardinals in, and usually
We
play
got the
good.
Cardinals coming to town tonight.
Well, game 1 of a 4-game series. So
Correct.
you're going to split.
Dollar Dog Night tonight. Free Shirt Fridays tomorrow. You got Fireworks Night on Saturday. You have the Kids Sunday.
Yeah.
You've got the tribute to the Negro Leagues on Saturday, I believe it is, where they'll be wearing the Homestead Gray unis, the Pirates.
I got one from the Wild Things. It looks cool. By the way, I have pictures of the Grays standing on top of the steps at Forbes Field with the Cathedral of Learning in the background, and I have a picture of the Crawfords ready to board a bus. They took a team picture in front of the bus.
I did not know you had that picture.
Yeah, I have both of them. I was going to give the Grays to Sean Gibson, the great-grandson, I think.
That's a good idea.
But I changed my mind because he said he already has a picture, but it doesn't have a nice frame. So my good friend, I like dropping names, Franco Harris, he said, I'm going to buy or renovate the Crawford Inn in Pittsburgh.
Know that.
And I said, you know what? I got a couple of nice pictures. Would you like them? And I told him, I think on the air. And off the air, he said, what do you want for those? I said, just put my nameplate up there, donated by Pittsburgh's Bill DeFabio Sports Call. He said, that's it? I said, yeah. When I'm long gone, you'll have something I had that I treasured for years.
When is it opening?
I haven't talked to him. We're supposed to get together for lunch next Wednesday, my day off.
Wow.
So.
Well, anyway, the Legacy game is actually tomorrow. I stand corrected. It's tomorrow, the Negro League Baseball Legacy game.
Yes.
Here at the PNC Park. But that's neat. I didn't realize he was going to renovate the Crawford Grill.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a cool
I'd
place.
love to know when that thing opens.
Yeah. Well, if I
That'd be
find out
fun.
anything, I'll text it to you, man. And I'll send
Dude,
you
let me know.
I'll send you these pictures too.
Okay.
I got to ask you, what's the team going to be doing with Gregory Polanco?
Yeah, it's a delicate situation. It's
Okay.
a very delicate situation. I mean, he cleared waivers, so nobody picked him up, which is no surprise. He was not in the starting lineup the night before last. He was back in the starting lineup last night. I think what's going to happen is he's going to play less and less. People have asked me that, Bill. I was on your favorite talk show yesterday afternoon, and those guys were asking me that. And so I would ask you, not rhetorically, I would just ask you the same question. What would you do if you were the Pirates? What would Lola do if you were the Pirates and you were in charge of this? You tell me. I'm curious.
How much money do we owe?
What would you do?
How much money do we owe?
They owe $2.5 million. So, and they pay him that whether he's playing or not. So they still owe $2.5 million on this last year, the contract. They have an option for next year.
Okay.
But what would you do if he were on your team right now?
Give him the walking papers.
You would.
Yeah.
You would just release him, let him go.
Well, wouldn't I still have to pay $2.5 million?
Yeah, yes, you would.
Okay, but wouldn't that open a roster spot for somebody else? Would that open a roster spot?
It would, yeah, that's correct.
Then I'd bring in a young'un. You give him some experience in the month of September.
Okay.
Lola, what would you
That's the
do?
wrong answer.
Here we
I'm not
go.
gonna say that's
The
wrong.
manager, Lola Miller.
That is really a difficult thing. I would keep him.
Because you're talking about a guy, by the way, not to interrupt Lola there, but keep in mind, this isn't just anybody. And I know he's had a terrible year and a disappointing career.
And he's a good guy.
Now think about this. Think about this for a minute, because you're big on history. I know you both are. The Pirates have been around for 135 years. 135 years. The top four names in games played in right field, which is a coveted position, of course, in Pirates history. Obviously, you know who played the most games in right field in Pirates history. Mm-hmm. Roberto Clemente.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, sir.
The other two, top three, Paul Wayner and Dave Parker. You know who's fourth on that list?
You're going to tell me Gregory Polanco, and you're going to make me feel like a jerk.
Polanco. You're just going to let him go?
Well,
With
now that you've
5
said all
weeks in a
that,
season?
yeah, now that you've said that, Gregory, you can play till the end of the season. I don't.
And again, I'm not saying he should be out there every day playing right field. But, for heaven's sake, why this? And I asked these guys on the air yesterday, why is there such determination, desire on the part of so many to kick him to the curb and get him out? I don't understand it. It's not like he's a malinger, a guy who doesn't care, a bad guy to the community. This is somebody who's been an upstanding citizen who has shown that he works hard, a great example to everybody, who appreciates the legacy of right field and the Pirates, wants to be a Pirate, loved by his teammates. And so many people have this desire just to, again, kick him to the curb, get him out, release him. What are they doing? I don't understand that.
Okay, I can do this because I'm a human being. I've changed my mind. I didn't realize he was on that list for most games played. He was one of my favorite players to interview, although sometimes, with the language barrier. But I remember this day. The Red Sox were playing your Pirates, right? And
Wait a minute. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Because you just, as you often do, you jog my memory, and I'm glad you said it because that's also part of my argument against letting him go. Because you made mention. There are so many players, and that's okay, by the way, without disrespecting them, who have trouble with the language, whether they be from Asia or Latin America, and they use the interpreter. For me, it's oftentimes a crutch. Gregory Polanco, over the last, I think, 5 or 6 years, has learned the language. He speaks as well as anybody. He does not use the translator.
No.
Which I applaud. I appreciate that. I think that's great that we get to know his personality. He's engaging. He's fun-loving. His smile, his personality comes through because you can understand him. He speaks English because he wants to learn the language. He's done that. He's done a great job with it. And I give him a lot of credit for that, too. So that's another reason I would keep him.
All right.
Just for that.
Here's my Red
Anyway,
Sox story.
Something about the Boston Red Sox.
The Red Sox were in town, okay?
Yep.
And, we used to be, I don't know if, I guess the media is on the field today or not, I don't know. But I was watching batting practice. Ortiz is throwing and hitting them everywhere. He comes out of the cage, and who's waiting for him? And this takes place 5 feet from where I'm standing. Starling Marte and Gregory Polanco. Ortiz is showing them about certain batting stance, right? I'm watching all of this. And I said, boy, is this intriguing. It's like students and the teacher, all right? And when it was all done, I went over to Greg. I said, would you explain to me what he was doing? He said, well, and he was showing me what Ortiz was, I guess, checking out his batting stance and helping him out. Same with Starling Marte. But to look at these guys, Starling and Gregory, looking up to David Ortiz, I thought it was the best 10 or 15 minutes I ever had on the playing field, during BP. It was great to watch.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool.
I keep him because, he's got the greatest smile on the team. He's always, he's good. And, he's got a pretty good arm, too. So let him play.
Well, he used to before he got hurt, but his arm is nothing like it used to be. But he had an arm that rivaled, it wasn't Parker, it wasn't Clemente, it wasn't Jose Guillen, but it was very good.
Yeah. All right, my man.
All right, good stuff.
Hey, thank you for the stuff on Bob Chick Whalen signing Steve Blass. I'm going to ask Rob Whalen tonight if he's related to any of the Whalens.
I would, too. I think it's very interesting. I'd love to know the answer to that, by the way.
Wasn't there a team doctor named Whalen a long time ago?
Ooh, I don't remember that one.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay. Hey, thank you, man. Always good talking to you. And you're going to split the 4-game series. Will you take that?
I'll take it.
Okay.
All right.
We'll talk next week.
We'll see you.
Bob Chick Whalen, scouting director. Signed Steve Blass out of Connecticut. Whoa. Yeah, on second thought, I don't want to push Polanco out the door because he's been always media friendly, and he did work on his English, and he's a good kid. I can't kick him out the door. Can't do that. So, Mr. Brown straightened me out a little bit. I didn't know that he was on the list for most games played as a Pirate, okay? You're up there, man, especially with Clemente and a couple of more. So, whatever. Well, we're going to go from baseball to football. He could probably run for governor of Ohio and win. He could probably be the mayor of Steubenville. Maybe he is, I don't know. Reno is next to talk about Steubenville Red football. Tonight, we'll be right back.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. The state's color-coded map that dictated much of our lives in 2020 is no longer used as a triggering mechanism for school activities. However, if it were, nothing would be happening. The DHHR still updates that daily alert map to reflect rate of spread and positivity of COVID cases, and today's map has 52 of the state's 55 counties in either red or orange, the two highest levels. In fact, Pocahontas and Tucker County are yellow, Barber County is gold, and no other counties are in green for the lowest level of transmission. The DHHR today confirming another 1,448 cases and adding 13 more fatalities. Active cases are at 12,736. 526 are hospitalized, 178 of those in ICU. In fact, we are nearing the peak of the ICU cases from last winter. Elsewhere in the news this morning, there's a final pitch from West Virginia to the Purdue Pharma bankruptcy case.
A federal bankruptcy judge in New York is wrapping up arguments in the settlement of the maker of OxyContin's bankruptcy. West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrissey was in the courtroom Wednesday arguing against a soon-to-be-approved distribution plan that he says doesn't give smaller states like West Virginia their fair share for what Oxy has caused as part of the opioid epidemic.
We articulated those, made our best arguments. I'm hopeful that they resonated with the judge.
Most states have agreed to the distribution. Morrissey is looking for a victory or two within the final language.
That is Jeff Jenkins reporting. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. An outside investigation underway into complaints filed over the Randolph County Office of Emergency Management. The Randolph County Commission has suspended Director Cindy Hart and Deputy Directors Jim Ansel and Hillary White. There's no word on the nature of the formal complaint. Members of the 167th Airlift Wing of the West Virginia Air National Guard are working in support of efforts to evacuate Americans and allied Afghans out of Afghanistan. The wing confirms a C-17 from Martinsburg was among those that hauled evacuees to Naval Air Station Sigonella on August 22nd. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog. I'm John Thayer. Major League Baseball announced its postseason schedule yesterday. The American League wildcard game is set for October 5th, while the NL wildcard matchup will take place the next day. Both AL Division Series will start October 7th, while the NL Division Series will open October 8th. The AL Championship Series is set to begin October 15th, one day before the NL Championship Series is set to begin. The World Series is scheduled to start October 26th. At the home of the pennant winner with the better regular season record. Game 7 would be November 3rd. Round 1 is underway today in the BMW Championship and the PGA Tour. The top 30 golfers in the standings after the weekend head to the Tour Championship. Download the Score app today. Lightning fast sports alerts so you never miss a thing. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog.
It's O Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn double, triple, even up to 5 times O Rewards points on select purchases. Get bonus points on more than 200 items throughout the store, like wiper blades, fuel system cleaners, motor oil, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event with an extra 30% off top designer looks to take you from summer to fall when you use your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, get your beauty fix with 15% off this season's must-have fragrances, skincare, makeup, and more. And get it faster when you pick curbside or in-store. Or try same-day delivery powered by DoorDash right now at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Does your dog need groomed or walked? Are you looking for a pet sitter or dog boarding options? If so, call Dirty Paws, Wheeling's newest pet care service, providing the Ohio Valley with everyone's pet care needs. Check us out on Facebook at Dirty Paws WHG or call 304-639-7754.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
Hi, Toppy Kirchville. Join me weekdays at 10 o'clock for Talkline. We'll talk about the big stories affecting us in West Virginia, top political figures, sports personalities, sometimes just plain folks offering their opinions on what's happening today. 10 till noon, right after the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they are painted black. With flowers and my love hope never to come back. I see people turn their heads and quickly look away. Like a newborn baby, it just happens every day. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door, I must have it painted black. Green seagull turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me before the morning comes. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes.
Little tribute to the former drummer of the Rolling Stones who passed away at age 80. Just thought it'd be cool to play some Stones hits, put me in a good mood. I'm always in a good mood when I talk to this guy.
They were telling me about a trip. You do a trip up to Alaska.
Hello?
Hello?
Am I taking a trip to Alaska?
No, these guys are talking about Alaska. They're just in Birmingham. They're from Alaska.
Oh, okay. Reno, I'm disappointed in you.
Why is that?
Well, you know, I have the football preview.
You sound like my dad now.
No, listen. It's not bad. It's the 2021, light at the end of the tunnel. It's a preview of all the teams, right? And pictures. There's a picture of all of your good players, whatever, okay? They're all good. But there's a picture of you. Why in the hell are you smiling? I've never seen you smile. But you smiled for the magazine.
Well, the reason why I'm smiling is I made it to my next birthday.
Oh.
So that's my goal every year, to make it to my birthday.
When's your birthday?
August 18th. That's when that was.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday. What are you, 50?
72.
Ooh. You're only a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you'd be up there in your 80s because you've been
Oh,
around.
you look a lot older than I do.
Thank you, Reno. I represent that remark. 51 seasons of coaching. How many with Steubenville? 40, 41?
This is my 39th as head coach, but I've been here for 45 years.
Wow. You know, I'm going to try and make it to a game because now fans will be allowed, right? You'll be packed
Yes.
again.
Yes.
The first time I was there, I said, you know what? I haven't seen this since like Mount Lebanon hosted Brook years ago. You know, I lived in overrated Mount Lebanon, and it was like 7,000 or 8,000 there. It was electrifying. Nothing compares to one of your home games. I don't care if you're playing Bill DeFabio's Sisters of the Poor. You're going to pack it in. You're going to have a great marching band. And, you know, I love the horse above the scoreboard. I'd like to bring that home with me, but I can't.
We had a great crowd last week.
Yeah. So now you're 1-0. I got to ask you, what do you take from that 1-0? I know there's always room for improvement because I know a lot about choke speak.
I think what I take is that and I try to tell players, I took from there, fellas, you can do it, but to be good, you got to do it every year, every week. You can't just be on and off and be average. So we proved to ourselves we can do it, and I expect us to prove you're ready to play every week.
Yeah. I know you have 8 home games, but you don't have an easy schedule. New Philadelphia, I'm familiar with them. You got them tonight. And then you got the Wheeling Park. Then you got, I saw Dover. That's your only road game. I mean, this is not an easy schedule. And whoever did this program, I don't see a name attached to it. Oh, yeah, I do. Ed Lumen? Okay, I don't even know who that is. His prediction for you, 6-4.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
He predicted us 6-4, and he's from our newspaper.
Well, yeah, he wrote the column. It says by Ed Lumen. I don't know the guy, you know.
Yeah.
I respect him because
he won't be in our locker room anymore.
Oh, don't do that to him. Maybe somebody else made the prediction, but he wrote the whole story, and then he has Big Red in the schedule, and then it says prediction at the bottom, 6-4. I don't want to get the guy in trouble. Come on. That's his opinion. He's entitled to that. Come on.
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I told you that.
Why does everybody think they're entitled to an opinion about something they don't know about?
Yeah, but everybody has a prediction like everybody's got a nose, you know?
No, we didn't say prediction. You said it was his opinion.
Oh, well, it's just,
That's the difference.
Okay.
Right? If I have an opinion about you, I don't know you well enough to have an opinion about you.
Okay.
But I can predict that you'll screw it up the next time you get on the radio.
Oh.
Capiche?
I think Lola's laughing. All right, whatever. I just don't want to get the guy in trouble. Maybe it was somebody else's prediction.
He's not in trouble. I don't care.
Okay. I think you're going to lose one along the way. Now, that's my prediction.
Long as it's not this week.
Okay, all right.
1 week at a time.
Yeah, okay, Bill Belichick, Chuck Knoll. Okay. I see. I might come to the Lindsley game. That way I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay.
I want to come to one game. The last game I went to, I never seen a sadder locker room because I said, these guys don't lose at home. Didn't you lose to Philadelphia?
Yeah, we lost to New Philly, 21-14.
Yeah, you tried to blame. You tried to blame it on me.
No, 28-21 we lost.
Yeah.
I don't blame anything on anybody. I blame it on.
Yeah, but I like the way you greeted each kid, patted them on the back, make sure they took some pizza home. That was cool stuff. I mean, you know, to become a great winner, every once in a while you got to lose. But I'll never forget that locker room.
Plus, they knew I was lying. So.
All right. Before I ask you about your team, tell me a little bit about New Philadelphia. They seem to be a very competitive team every year that I've watched them play you or whatever.
Yeah, they have a new coach this year, but he's been on the staff for over 15 years. And so basically, you know, watching the film, they're basically the same style team they've been for a while, both on offense and defense. So their style really hasn't changed. He might take a little bit more chances than they have before, but their offense and defense is basically the same as it's been the last couple of years. Their tailback's back. He's back for his 3rd year. He's a really good tailback. And they have a couple linemen back from last year. So I think it's really going to be an exciting game.
Well, you've lost a lot of talent from last year, including that guy who was all Ohio, Eli Berge, but you're one of these guys you can retool or rebuild. So tell us something about a lot of the experience that's coming back on this team for this year.
We have experience at a few positions, like all of our tailbacks are back and our fullbacks are back. We had to replace 3 linemen and 2 receivers on offense. Defensively, our linebackers are back and secondary is back, but we had to replace some defensive linemen. So we had to replace where they had to replace, and we got experience where they have experience. So that's why I think, the game's really going to be an exciting, well-balanced game.
All right. You'll have a sellout crowd tonight, right?
No, there won't be a sellout crowd, but there'll be a nice crowd.
Oh, yeah, it's also school night, right? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like high school games on Thursday. Do you?
No, me either. We're not going to do it anymore, but we agreed to do it the last couple of years. So
yeah, I hate
sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do.
Yeah, I know you like the Patriots of New England, but the Patriots of Wheeling Park will pay you a visit next week. That's an interesting matchup, and you have an extra day to either scout, go over film, an extra day to prepare. That's a good thing.
Yeah, Wheatley Park's really. I think Doc's done a great job there. The big difference in their team now and probably 10 years ago, or before him, is he's got a lot of the track kids out, and speed is 2 things about speed: you have it or you chase it, and they have a lot of speed. Yeah. And I think their offense I think especially their offensive line is really good and much improved. So I think that's the 2 areas that they've really improved.
Yeah. I want to talk about your quarterback. That's the junior Hill, right? And Zach Smith.
Yes.
You platoon or what? Don't give me any secrets.
No. Staten is our starting quarterback. Zach's our backup, and Staten's. I think he's done a really good job so far this year of commanding the huddle and communication between the sideline and the huddle. And I think as the year goes on, he'll be a much better quarterback and a much better technician. And as that improves, his game will improve.
And your leader on defense is what, the All-Eastern District choice linebacker, Brandon Kinney.
He's back from last year. In fact, all 3 of our linebackers are back. And the 2 seniors and the junior, and I think they have to have a really good game tonight for us to be able to get into the 4th quarter and have an opportunity to win.
Well, okay. I want to hear coaches speak. Give me 1 or 2 good ideas how I can expect a W tonight in Steubenville.
Well, number 1, the game's called football, so you got to protect the football, and whoever blocks and tackles the best has the best chance of winning. So, football's not it's not rocket science, and we're not reinventing the wheel. You got to block and tackle and make plays. So, whoever does that the best is going to win. That's every week, every game, at every level.
All right, that's cool. You've got 22 straight winning records. That's Coach Young's numbers, man.
No, I can't keep up with him.
Don't you have as many rings as he does?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think about 9 or 10 of them.
Okay. All right. He wants as many as Belichick or Bill Russell, who's got like 11. So.
Well, don't forget Yogi Berra.
Well, I don't really care for the Yankees, but I always liked Yogi.
Don't forget Yogi Berra. I don't care if you care for him or not. If you're talking about number of rings, Yogi got 10 of them.
Yeah.
As a player.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Not counting when he coached.
Yeah, and down the road, I'll have his son on because he used to play for the Pirates. I used to interview anybody.
Yeah.
But the Wild Things play a New York team at Yogi Berra Stadium, which is not a nice place, I guess. It's an old field or whatever. But connected to the stadium is the Yogi Berra Museum. And the caretaker is Dale Berra. So I thought Dale Berra would be a good guest. He's coming up down the road.
Beautiful. Let me know when he's coming.
Oh, yeah, I will. I will let you know.
All right.
Well, Reno, I'm going to come down and see you because I know you always save a parking space for me.
Okay.
You always make sure I get good food in the press box. You allow me on the sidelines. It's always a pleasure because I think it's a great venue for high school football. It almost reminds me like Division I somewhere. The crowd noise, the atmosphere, a great marching band, a really good coaching staff led by a really good guy that I like. He talks about he's a big fan of the Green Bay Packers. But remember, Coach, I own 3 shares of the Packers.
Well, I own one share, and I'm
Okay.
ready to sell it.
Yeah, I can't
So-
even hand it down to my kids. I got to go through a lawyer, a trust fund. I just thought I could give the kids my shares. You got to go through a bunch of BS.
Well, that's okay. They don't want that. My kids are for the Packers anyways. They're Browns fans.
Well, they might have a good year. They might have a
Yeah,
good
I
year.
hope so.
Yeah. Were you happy about Rodgers coming back? I never thought he was going to leave, to tell you the truth.
I didn't think he was going to leave either. But I didn't care if he came back or not. I wouldn't last any sleep over it.
Yeah, I didn't either. People worry about chemistry. I think chemistry on a team, any team, is overrated, but who cares?
No, chemistry is not overrated.
Nah? Okay.
If it wasn't for Lola, you wouldn't have nothing there. You're lucky she has some chemistry about her.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey,
Thank
I got to
you.
go wash my socks.
Yeah,
man.
I'm going to go and throw up. Thank you, Reno.
I'll see you, Lola.
Who loves you, Lola? The list is long.
Coach?
The list is long. Have you ever been to a Steubenville game? Yeah. Isn't that a great atmosphere?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, unbelievable atmosphere. Great hot sausage sandwiches, too, by the way. Yeah, I got to go down and see one game. I'll probably go back to Shadyside because they got a nice bar right down the street that's got great burgers. Maybe they have vegan burgers, okay? But Lindsley, I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'll check out a Wheeling Park game because I should, because I haven't. And that's all good stuff. High school football, it's great in Western Pennsylvania. It's certainly great in the Ohio Valley. You know, it's a must on Friday night to check out a game. You know, and that's cool stuff. Lola, I don't know if we're going to have time with Josh and Ryan coming in. So what if I do a little bit of sports, maybe talk a little bit about what's online for tomorrow? Let's do that first, okay, because this is more important than oldies. Friday afternoon walkthrough from 3 to 5 on both radio stations. And then at 7 o'clock on WKKX, Ambridge, oh, I'm familiar with that football team, and the city, will take on Central Catholic at Central Catholic, 7 p.m., as I mentioned, on WKKX. What about the sister station, WVLY, 7 o'clock? John Marshall versus University. And to talk about University tomorrow, I think he's the radio voice of University, or Morgantown. You know, one out of the two, Kyle Wiggs. But he knows about the roster, coaching staff, schedule, and so on. And that's at 7 o'clock. Then we have the fifth quarter scoreboard at 9:30, give or take a couple of minutes. You never know about overtime. And then after that, we have the Metro News High School game night. Everything you wanted to know about football in this area, the guys have it. That's their job, and they do a great job. Just like our guys with the walkthrough do a great job. We got ex-coaches there. We got Jerry there. We got Scott there. They know their stuff, okay? So, but the Metro News High School game night, in case you're not at a football game and you want to catch up on some scores, dial in, babe. Saturday, ONN Sports Magazine from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Then after that, it's the Metro High School football scoreboard, okay? Sports Huddle, that's locally right here in the station. So who's who of talent. Sports Huddle, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Am I done? Sunday, you ready, Browns fans? The pregame show on the radio station at 4:30, the Browns versus the Falcons at 8 p.m. It's the last preseason game for both teams. The Steelers' last preseason game will be tomorrow. They will take on Carolina. From what I understand, Carolina's going to play a lot of their starters on defense, all right? So that's going to be cool, all right? We'll see what the backup quarterbacks, who people competing for number 2 behind number 1, Ben, what they can do against some starters on the opposing team. So, but this is going to be the last game for about 18 players because the cutoff date's coming up this weekend. I think they got to get down to, from 78 to 55 or something. But there'll be some pink slips handed. It's unfortunate, but that's the game of football, you know. You got to cut some people, even if they're having a decent camp. What veterans will you cut? I'm saying 4. I don't know. I just threw that out in the air because Ray Fittipaldo, who will join us tomorrow, said there'll be 2, okay? All right. What else do I have? Got to stick to the local stuff. The Ryan Day, why did I call him Ray? The Ryan Day, because Ray Fittipaldo, the Ryan Day Weekly Coaches Show, right here on Tuesdays at, what time is that, Lola? I don't have a time here. It's on Tuesday. Do you know what time that is?
No, you've got the paper.
I got it right here, but it doesn't say what time. Just stay tuned. We'll tell you what time. And then we start on Tuesday, WVU press conference with Coach Brown. We got it all for you, all right? We got a Cleveland Browns preview show on Wednesdays, okay? We got the Bill DeFabio preview show Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday with the lady with a lot of chemistry, according to Reno. We're on those 4 days from 12 to 2, but we have extended play for the time being, 12 to 3. So we pack it in with a lot of good stuff, a lot of stuff that's meaningless that we have fun with, but that's our job here to entertain you, and we have a variety of news, sports, entertainment. That's why we call it the Variety Show. But we got you covered with the Cleveland Browns, with the Ohio State Buckeyes, with the local teams. Whew. Did I miss anything? Cleveland, West Virginia, wow. All right. So Browns right around the corner, right with the Steelers. So, you know, and the Browns, I think they got 5 national TV games. Boy, a lot of it is expected from them. Like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, they expected to be in the Super Bowl. What were they smoking in Cleveland? Or what kind of water were they drinking, okay? Last year, they expected to have a good year, and they did. Hey, they went to the playoffs. They bounced the Steelers. Could have, should have. They had a couple of breaks, could have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs, but they didn't. This year, with the third best defense in the league and a pretty good offense, you know, Baker's got some weapons. He doesn't have enough footballs to throw to some of those guys, but he can also run with the football. The key there, he's got to stay healthy. And another key, he better get off to a good start if he wants that contract extension, guaranteed money. He's going to make a lot of money, all right? We don't make a lot of money, but we have fun. That's why we're here. Me, Lola, and you, we'll be right back in the 2 o'clock hour. Extended play on the Variety Show. Stay tuned, you hear?
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The White House says President Biden is meeting with security advisors on how the U.S. will respond to the twin attacks today in Kabul, with U.S. service members among those killed.
The Pentagon says there are a number of U.S. service members killed in today's attack at the airport in Kabul. Spokesman John Kirby in a statement did not say how many troops were killed, but added that there were also a number of others being treated for wounds. Kirby said a number of Afghans fell victim to what he called a, quote, heinous attack. The Pentagon spokesman ended his statement saying, quote, our thoughts and prayers go out to the loved ones and teammates of all those killed and injured. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Intelligence reports in the last days indicated credible threats were coming from the ISIS-K militant group. The Taliban released a statement pledging to bring the attackers to justice. But ABC News national security and defense analyst Mick Melroy says little was done to prevent it.
I understand they're not going to issue a statement applauding it, but I think their statement is, well, it's just not genuine.
The U.S. mission to evacuate Americans and Afghans continuing as the August 31st deadline looms. As COVID cases surge around the U.S., more states reimposing restrictions and now expanding vaccine mandates.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker announced Thursday an expansion to the state's vaccine mandate, now requiring all teachers and staff from kindergarten through college level to be vaccinated.
Our current vaccination levels are not enough to blunt the ferocity of the Delta variant.
This comes after Pritzker has already required state workers to be vaccinated. In states such as Texas, meanwhile, Governor Greg Abbott has gone the other way, updating an earlier order to now bar any government entity from mandating a COVID-19 vaccine. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
Nationwide, more than 12,000 Americans are being admitted to hospitals daily. You're listening to ABC News.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
A new study finds the number of people suffering from high blood pressure has nearly doubled in the last 3 decades. ABC's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, has some tips on how to maintain a healthy BP.
Maintaining your weight in a healthy range. Exercise, very good for blood pressure. Addressing stress, limiting alcohol, and then what we eat. Most people know about lowering sodium in their diet, but increasing their consumption of high potassium foods can have a beneficial effect.
Time's Up holds back on supporting an accuser of former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo.
In December of 2020, Lindsey Boylan came forward as the first of a number of women accusing then New York Governor Andrew Cuomo of sexual harassment. The women's advocacy group Time's Up had considered issuing a statement in support of Boylan, but the Washington Post reports that text messages show that Time's Up decided against issuing the statement after consulting with Melissa DeRosa, the governor's top aide. Time's Up Chief Executive Tina Chen tweeting to her colleagues, "Stand down." In a statement, Time's Up Board of Directors saying they're committed to an independent review of our past actions. Dave Packer, ABC News.
A sheep farmer in Australia could not go to the funeral for his beloved aunt because of this pandemic restrictions, so he paid tribute using his flock. He arranged dozens of animals in the shape of a huge heart in a field. The drone captured video of the sheep seen by mourners at the funeral. This is ABC News.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with a booming voice that emphasizes all the main points. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
That part is super important.
Here's one with a booming voice.
I'm emphasizing everything.
Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance.
Like a page with every word highlighted.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
This is ONN. On the Ohio News Network, I'm Daniel Barnett. A pediatrician in suburban Toledo says he's seeing an uptick in COVID-19 cases in his patients. Roxanne Elias with affiliate station WTOL-TV in Toledo reports.
Dr. Noah Sutter says
we've started to see more and more positive cases over the last few weeks. So with school starting, it really seemed like this was a problem that is starting to become worse and worse.
And doctors say that means, once again, kids wearing masks and not gathering indoors with big crowds.
It's not fun. I don't like it. Everybody wants to keep kids in school. We're going to have to do a better job of being mindful of possible exposures.
Roxanne Elias in Maumee.
And the president of The Ohio State University went on national television to talk about the school's vaccine mandate. More from Angela Ann with affiliate WBNS-TV in Columbus.
Dr. Christina Johnson spoke on MSNBC last night saying OSU is at 75% vaccination right now, but getting above 90% would allow Buckeyes to have a more normal year. Dr. Johnson also said OSU would not disenroll students who don't vaccinate by the deadline of November 15th. However, if they cannot show proof of vaccination by December, students will not be allowed to enroll in the new year. I'm Angela Ann.
For a look at state news anytime, visit ONNradio.com. I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
More live and local programming than anyone else in the Ohio Valley. The Watchdog returns in moments.
Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Does your dog need groomed or walked? Are you looking for a pet sitter or dog boarding options? If so, call Dirty Paws, Wheeling's newest pet care service, providing the Ohio Valley with everyone's pet care needs. Check us out on Facebook at Dirty Paws WHG or call 304-639-7754.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. With a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine through the day, a high near 90 degrees, overnight low of 70 degrees. Under partly cloudy skies, you'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine for your Friday, with highs in the upper 80s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
I'm a pretty big peanut monkey. All my friends are junkies. That's not really true. I'm a cold Italian pizza.
Little tribute to the Rolling Stones, who just lost their drummer, but hopefully they'll be on concert in Heinz Field when I get paid a lot of money and get some tickets. I already got a list of people I can't stand that's going to pay the scalping price. 2 of them are relatives. I don't get along with my relatives. I don't have to. But, they only call me when they need tickets. And I won't mention his name. Frankie loves the Stones. Frankie, if you're listening, and I don't care, I know you'll be calling me. You're going to pay out the butt if you want 2 tickets to the Stones. He'll probably say, can you get me in free? Yeah, but I'll get fired. Oh, I don't care. I want to see the Stones. You guys remember the Stones on the Ed Sullivan Show in '64? Lola does.
Yeah.
She was screaming. Do you remember Lola?
No.
Do you remember the Beatles?
No.
On the Ed Sullivan Show in September of '64?
No.
Why do I remember it?
Because you're old.
O-L.
Ryan, you want to earn $20?
I can't do that.
Why?
Come on, Bill.
You afraid she hit you back and knock you out?
She would, I think.
Yeah, she's from Michigan.
Yeah.
They do things different in Michigan. They all got attitudes, but that's okay. I don't mind watching, well, I better not say because we got a lot of Ohio State fans here. But Chad Anthony, you know him?
Yeah, I know Chad.
Yeah, good guy. Good guy. I talked to him recently. He's like, every time I see him, he's got a Michigan hat, he's got a Michigan shirt. I want to ask him if he's got Michigan underwear on, I like Michigan, but you know what? I don't like the coach very well, and I don't like his brother with the Ravens. He's not media friendly, especially when he talks to the Pittsburgh media on Wednesdays. And the bad news for me, we're not allowed in the locker room. But the Steelers will designate 2 or 3 players that they will pick to meet with us in the media room. You think they're going to pick on a guy that just threw 4 interceptions, Ben Roethlisberger? Or T.J. Watt, let like a couple of running backs go for a touchdown? No. It's just all about control. You guys know about control at all? Does Denny Magruder have control over you guys?
Yes.
He's not listening.
He is.
He's got a hearing problem.
No, he listens.
Yeah. He's a good guy, isn't he?
Yes.
He's the best guy. We can't ask for a better boss.
No, you're right. And he says that about you guys. And I figured, you know, when I first came here, who cares about this Denny Magruder or Magruder, whatever his name is, McGuffey, I don't know. Then I got to know him, and I got to know his people. What a cool guy. You know, it's like Frank O'Brien. I hope Frank O'Brien and Denny Magruder, I'm saying this with my heart, Frank and Denny, because you both listen, never leave the area. Never leave the area until I leave the area.
And
but
then
I still
don't
want you
care
to.
at that point.
Well, yeah, but still, they mean a lot for this town. Seriously.
There's no
Now
doubt.
tell me.
No, that's the truth.
Josh, Brian, be honest with me, because I haven't found out yet. Because I thought I was going to have Denny on the other day at 2:30 after a luncheon. What did he win?
Yeah, he won this. It's an award given yearly.
But it's for everybody around the world?
For around the world with
Yeah.
event managing and arena management.
He's better than the guy in Paris that puts together shows?
Correct.
Denny, you will not believe his connections throughout
Oh,
the
he's
city
connected.
and the world and the country. I mean, the guy is known for what he does. And that's one thing about us. He doesn't have to worry about controlling us there because we love the job working for him and just the job in general. That, hey, when we see those buses pull up, we can't. That's a good sight to us. It doesn't feel like work when you work in the event business with Denny. That's for sure.
Yeah, he received the Charles McEvery Award. Yeah, the Charles McEvery Award, which is basically, you know, as far as venue management.
The best
40 years
in the world.
Yeah, you don't.
That's
it.
unbelievable.
I mean, we're talking. There's big stadiums, WrestleManias and the Super Bowls. No, he's above those.
Who does he know? Who does he have video of?
Those above.
There's a conspiracy here, and I'm going to work on it because there's no way he's the best in the world.
They say he is.
Yeah.
Well, he's the 40th some best because this is
What'd
the
they give him?
40th.
Yeah, I mean.
What'd they give him? A coffee mug?
No, it's a nice big glass. I mean, it's a massive glass.
Did he have it
thing.
physically with him?
Yeah, it's in his office.
If you steal it, glass is worth money for recycling. I'll split it with you. No.
I don't know. I mean, because you have his hockey card,
Yeah.
which is worth a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine what this crystal 15-pound.
Oh, it's crystal?
It's
Oh,
like
yeah, it's a
diamond
crystal
crystal.
thing, yeah.
Lola's crystal expensive?
Yes,
I don't know.
It is now, thanks to
Yes, it can
where
be.
we are in the world. But yeah, it's very expensive.
I love his office, by the way. There's a lot of.
This award is priceless. It
Oh, yes.
doesn't
No doubt.
have a value.
No, there's no value.
Yeah.
And inside the award, it has like a 3D hologram of a picture of Denny.
Yeah, so no matter where you are in the office, it's staring at you.
It's staring at you.
No matter where you
Does
are.
he have hair on his head?
Yeah,
Because
yes.
the baseball
A little
card
bit
looked like he was losing some hair, and that was 30 years ago.
I think it is the picture from the baseball card, but I don't know. But yeah, anywhere in the office, it stares at you.
Now, you know, I've talked to him, and he says, we'll work on it. Has he worked on Night of the Living Dead yet?
We've been busy, man.
Yeah. That's no excuse for Denny Magruder.
We've been busy.
No, I talked to him last week when I come down to visit.
Did you? Good.
Because I wanted to make sure that my good friend Malarkey was okay. Because I still feel for the guy. How's he doing?
He's doing pretty good. Yeah, he
all
got
right.
hit with the hard thing there.
Case of bad luck.
Yeah,
No doubt.
yeah, that's really bad luck. Especially when you're staying across the street looking at the building it just went. I mean, that's Hollywood stuff, you know? Oh, no. He's a good guy, too. Can somebody call me and say, I got skeletons of Denny Magruder? Is he bigger than the Pope?
There isn't any.
Yeah, he's bigger than the Pope in this area.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Only, with the Catholic religion, there's a new Pope every couple of months, it seems. They got a new president over there every week, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided, although I have a house over there, I don't want to live there. I wouldn't mix well with the people.
You couldn't go there anyway right now.
Yeah.
You can't travel.
Well, maybe Denny Magruder knows somebody.
Well, he's traveling. He goes anywhere he wants when he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I do know that when Denny leaves, that they're going to have this black smoke come out of the top of the arena.
Yes,
and then
and-
it's going to turn white when they
Pick a new
choose the new GM.
exec director.
Yeah. Somebody's on the phone.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Is it Denny?
Will flags be at half
I
mast?
hope it's not either. See you.
Will flags be at half mast?
I would hope.
Probably.
Yeah,
It's going
I
to be a
would
big
hope.
ordeal around here, I can guarantee
Well,
it.
Denny's had some issues health-wise. He's a trooper, man. He's a survivor. Who's on the line, Lola?
Steve from St. Clairsville.
Steve from St. Clairsville. Where have you been? I haven't heard from you for a while. Are you waiting for football season?
Well, yeah, just prepping, just getting ready here and got my those gambling apps ready to go, ready to donate a lot of money back.
Okay. What's up, Steve?
They said that you're looking for skeletons in the Denny Magruder closet.
Okay, hold on. I got to write this down. Go ahead.
Yeah, get ready for this one.
All right.
Terrible. I mean, this guy, I hate to even say to bring this up on the radio, but it was 1984. I remember like it was yesterday. He was walking from West Banco Bank to the Civic Center at that time. He jaywalked one day.
Oh man, is there video?
Let's call the chief of police a wheeling on this.
Is there video of this? Like old footage of like
there's
old school.
There's an old VHS cassette I got here.
Oh yeah.
You sure it's not beta?
I stole it from the old furniture department in downtown Wheeling before it burned
Wow.
down. So,
And then it still works.
I do got Denny jaywalking down there, so this guy's not all clean. Don't give him all these
Man,
problems.
let's make that. We got it was that'll probably go viral. It should be on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
And if Josh can get a video of that, he'll put it out.
It's out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well,
Denny
jaywalking.
Magruder jaywalking in downtown Wheeling,
Yeah,
his
84.
hometown.
It was either July or June of '84. I forget what month it was.
Wow,
but it was,
Steve, you got a memory on you, Steve.
Yeah, I hate to bring up, the skeletons, but you asked for them, and Ryan's a little younger. Ryan, I don't know if he was born in '84, but
I wasn't here yet for that one.
Denny doesn't drink. Was he high when he did this?
no, geez.
I was I think I was 6 in '84. Yeah.
All right, hey, you guys enjoy your day. Hate to bring up the bad times.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I just knew he wasn't a perfect guy. Jaywalking.
Now, if you want a skeleton on Doug Campbell, that's a whole other story.
Doug Campbell, that's his assistant.
Yeah.
He got lost trying to find our radio station once. He went around in circles. He called, he said, "Where are you?" I said, "Where are you?" He says, "I went around and around. I can't find your station." I'm there.
One place Doug Campbell never got lost was the Shady Side Dairy Queen. Promise you that.
Was there jaywalk? Was there jaywalk? Was there
Did he
jaywalking?
jaywalk to Dairy Queen? Where's the Dairy Queen? That's way over here.
Doug lives about 30 steps from the Shady Side DQ.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to jaywalk over there. This car's stopped for Doug Campbell.
They better stop.
Yeah.
That's a
Right,
matchup that a car wouldn't win,
Yep.
Doug's a good guy, too, but I'll never
Yeah.
forget that day. I'm calling him, "Doug, where are you?" He was like right in front of the station, but that's okay. We had fun with him, Yeah, he's been around a long time, too, hasn't he?
Oh, no, yeah, he started right after Denny, really, not too much longer after.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Steve kind of rocked my world on that one.
Man.
Yeah, we found something wrong with Denny Magruder. We can always find a skeleton.
That award might have to be revoked.
This is a conspiracy, guys. You know that?
Yeah, that's public safety.
Because look what happens to all these politicians, rock and roll stars. They find something wrong 40 years ago. Well, that singer touched my butt at a restaurant. I'm going to sue. That's why when I go to a lot of parties like Penguin Steelers, I don't kiss anybody, I don't hug anybody, and I certainly don't want to accidentally bump into somebody, Because the next thing you know, we've got 5 million lawyers in one small town. Boy, there's a lawsuit because you touched somebody else. Got to be careful today. Matter of fact, I don't even like to be around people anymore.
That's why you like statues.
Yeah, they don't talk back. First woman I ever met that never talked back to me.
Yeah,
I love her.
You love the Capitol Theater statues.
Yeah, but I want to see people there. I worry about the doo-wop,
We're not
Charlie,
far off from it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
I hope so.
Matter of fact, isn't there that we was talking about this morning, that tribute show or tribute act that's gonna happen before the doo-wop that Charlie Pappas is bringing in. I think it's October.
Well, I talked to Charlie Pappas the other day. I said, "Hey, guy, get out of Burgestown. We need you on the talk show." He says, "Well, I want to make sure everything is okay. Save me for a week or two." Okay, so I don't know. But I don't blame him for being paranoid because how many times have they canceled doo-wop?
I know.
Do I have enough fingers?
I think
that's
one
gonna-
more will be fine.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for Denny. What if he has a schedule made for next year? Then all of a sudden people are canceling, right?
Man, yeah.
It's a situation we hope doesn't come down to it again. I know it's scary what's happening with the cases rising. Everything seems to be going still full steam right now. I mean, nothing seems to be
Well,
being
your
canceled.
governor, like my governor, they're a little bit
it's
shortchanged.
Well, it's gonna come down to the governors dictating this first.
The Ohio governor will say something, then the West Virginia governor will follow him, and the guy in Pennsylvania will follow those two. It seems like it's governor speak.
It is.
Like football coaches, they don't say anything. It's coaches speak. Well, we have governor speak, Boy, I'd make a good governor. Boy, would I rattle some people. I think I'd make a good president. What do you think, guys? Yeah.
Maybe somewhere in the cabinet.
Yeah, let's send 100,000 troops to Afghanistan. Clear it out. No, I just found out watching the news we've lost a couple soldiers.
I just saw that.
It's up to 10 now.
Oh, man.
It was 4 now.
Yeah. Well, let's get away from politics. We already found some skeletons with Denny Magruder back in 1984. He was caught jaywalking down the street. He should be ashamed of himself.
Honestly,
Who did he think he was back in '84?
Here's the thing, though. Was there, they fine people back then? I mean,
Yeah.
sure they
I
pay
jaywalk
fines?
all the time. Nobody says anything to me.
Well, you have to jaywalk. You have to jaywalk now because all the construction, you have no choice.
You have to jaywalk between the construction sites.
Is there construction down by the West Banco yet?
Yeah, well, it's in front of the parking garage there.
And
But,
poor
yeah.
Jason's going nuts because you can't park your car at River City. Yeah. You got to park in Cleveland and we'll make you order. You know?
It seemed like they've been in that spot for a little while now. It
Yeah.
seems like. I don't know.
You know what I hate? From the top of Capitol to here today, I think it took me 15, 20 minutes. So I'm bumper to bumper with people, and I look to my left. You got like 8 guys standing around, and I'm like looking at the one guy, and he's looking back at me. What's he going to do? And I'm going, come on, man. And he's like smiling, like, yeah, we're in control. Yeah. They were just standing there smiling, looking at a big hole. Get the job done. And let me ask you something, both of you. Why can't they do this at night? Why can't they do it at weekends? Is it because of a union problem? Lola, you got an answer for that? Work at nights.
Yeah.
Is it union?
It's probably union.
Okay. Work on the weekends when there's nobody in town. Now there's nobody in town during the day.
Every weekend, town is full with people
Well,
because
yeah.
of all the things happening at Heritage Park.
So much.
Let's get all this work done, although I like to work outside the tunnels, in and out. You know, that looking pretty good, man. I watched one guy painting that one reel. You know, I couldn't do that. I'd look over and I'd fall in. Oh, those are tough jobs, especially when it's 100 degrees out there. You know, but whatever. You know. So how you guys doing? No more Denny talk, right? Unless somebody has more. If anybody out there has any skeletons on Denny Magruder, please call us at 304-214-1600. We'd be more than happy to hear from you.
We appreciate that.
All right? And if you have something good to say about Denny, we don't want to hear from you. No, we would. He's a good guy. He and Frank O'Brien, I think they're from the same school of you got to be cool, you know? And I was taught a lesson, I think, was it from Frank? You want to be honey. You don't want to be sour. You want to be friendly. You don't want to make enemies. I don't care. Whatever. What's coming up this weekend? Anything, you guys?
This weekend's kind of a slow weekend,
Yeah.
actually. I
Yeah.
think for the first, it's been a steady stuff going on around the city, honestly.
Yeah.
This Friday is the only thing that I have on my books is Wheeling Park. The Flashback Fridays are continuing.
Yeah. Hand me one of those things. I think there's a few things, yeah.
Yeah, and for anybody listening, the center markets on September 3rd and 17th will happen at center market. There was some confusion and word got out, word was, whatever, that it was going to get moved to the plaza. So far, the Oktoberfest that the United Way puts on in the end of September, that has, as of now, been moved to the plaza where the old St. Thomas is. But September 3rd and 17th, the last 2 center markets will happen at center market. And September 3rd is with Zane Run, and September 17th is with Horton Jones. The flyer is different. They've had to change the schedule. But those will happen at center market. And that will finish out the season down there.
All right. I guess, when's the 27th? Tomorrow? 27th of August through September 27th is the West Virginia Artist Showcase at Summit Art Gallery in beautiful Weirton. So, if anybody into art?
It's also the Ohio Valley Pride Festival.
When is that, Lola?
That's right.
Saturday.
Okay. Where is that? Downtown here?
Heritage
Waterfront,
Park.
yep.
All right. Boy, almost all these things are done.
Yep, we're
Summer's
pretty much
almost over,
and
yeah.
then we roll into next week, and we have one more Waterfront Wednesday with the Party Town Polka next Wednesday, and then we go into Music Under the Stars with the Symphony
Oh, okay.
on September 4th up at Ogilvy with the Almost Elton. It's going to be an Elton John tribute band with the Symphony and fireworks and.
Then you got Jimmy Lee Hook. Oh, no, that was on the 25th. That was a couple days ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd this month go? Where'd the summer go?
I know, it's unreal, right?
Busy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Busy.
What's this? Oh, that's July. Okay, I missed all that. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty
I'm
much
not
over.
going to miss Fiddler on the Roof. Can you give me 4 front row seats, Josh? I'm your good friend. I guess that's a no.
Yeah, I
Sure.
think it's a tough one. But
No.
that's one of my favorite musicals, Fiddler.
Well, I saw the movie.
Yeah, the movies. That's what I've seen. Yeah.
You know, I had 4 of the craziest roommates my freshman year at BU. 2 of the toughest guys of color, and 2 Jewish guys who drove Mercedes. Both of them each had a Mercedes. Made me sick. Well, we're going back to New York. But they treated me well. I learned from the rich and from the poor, you know. They used to pay me a couple of bucks to make sure I filled the refrigerator with bumblebee tuna. I didn't know there was a bumblebee tuna. I grew up on Star Kiss, you know, because I liked the commercials. But those guys taught me a lot. And I didn't like it when I got in a fight with one guy from the Bronx when he called me a hick, you know, because I would say when I first got into Boston, what are you doing tonight? Where are you from? You know, whatever. Best experience in the world, going to school in Boston.
Sure.
And your dorm's behind Fenway Park when you can look out the window and watch half of a ball game. Then you go up on the roof, make sure you don't fall over off that 7-story building, high or boy, did we drink. You talk about drinking. It's a wonder guys didn't fall off, you know. But it's a great experience, great experience. You can go in and around Boston a quarter on the trolley. Now it's $2 for a token, you know. And beware of wings going up. I already got a phone call during the break. A favorite wings place for one of my friends, overnight went from 60 cents to 85 cents a wing.
Wow.
Yeah, because I don't know. I was telling Lola, and I said this on the air, growing up on the farm, you know, we would slice and dice chickens, or I would blast them with a 12-gauge shotgun. That you would throw the wings away. Nobody ate wings back then. Then they started selling for a nickel, a dime. Now it's expensive. Just ask Jason how much a box costs now. Whatever. I'm a wings guy, but if they're expensive, if the one wing's as big as my thumb, I don't want it. You know? I'll have baked chicken or something, you know? What is it about the wings? You got to have the chicken, too. Is the chicken going up? Price of chicken going to go up at Kroger's tomorrow? I don't know. I have no idea. And cheeses have gone up. You like cheese, Josh?
I do know Arizona.
What do you like on your cheeseburger?
Arizona tea is still 99 cents. So
That's right. You know
it's
why?
still
Because they've
99
already
cents.
made those cans.
Yeah,
Have the
that's
price
right.
on the can.
It's already 99
They're-
cents. They
they're
can't
stuck.
change it.
Yeah, is it expire in like 2 days?
No.
Yeah. What is it? Arizona what?
Arizona tea, 99 cents. That's not going to change.
Is that what you're drinking?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. What is that there? We're hiring. Who's hiring?
McDonald's.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's hiring.
Anywhere. Wait, you hiring, Bill?
$15 an hour.
I'm looking for a solid producer.
$20 an hour?
No, I want to pay her off to get the hell out of here. You know she's on the top of my list if I
30
win the
bucks.
Powerball. I'm giving her $1 million if I win the Powerball. Now, if the Powerball is only $2 million, she don't get crap, but whatever. I want her out of here. She needs to be out of here. She needs to be on the beach with her dogs and 5 cases of beer.
$2 million.
Oh, you're being nice.
$2 million ain't even worth playing, man. You got to wait till it gets like $500 million.
Yeah. Well, you know, what is it now?
He's my retirement plan.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I keep hoping he wins the lottery.
Yeah.
Wait,
Do you play the
I was gonna
lottery?
say, do you play?
I used to play a lot.
Well,
I used
to.
to buy a couple of tickets at down West Virginia here. You know, up at the, what's the place they have the meatball hoagies on Monday?
Neely's.
Neely's. Then I buy a couple of tickets up in Washington.
You got to play to win, man.
Yeah, but, you know, $12 a week, $10, $15 a week, that adds up. I did that almost every week for years. I never got a number sometimes, you know?
That's why it's at risk.
You got to play to win.
Yeah.
All right, that's in one of my commercials at the bottom half of the 4th inning of the Wild Things game. Where were you guys yesterday for Wiener Wednesday? You missed Wiener Wednesday at the Wild Things game, Josh.
I was busy, man. I was working.
Yeah, but you could have come like after work.
No.
Yeah.
I was with the waterfront Wednesdays, and we got moved to Wheeling Park last night because of the rain. Because we couldn't go to the arena because the Nailers was having some sort of signing press conference, signing day press conference. So the rain came, which we knew it was coming right around 5 o'clock. So that's our setup time for our Waterfront Wednesdays. So we get moved to the rink over at Wheeling Park with Wheeling Symphony on the go, and it was phenomenal, man. It was great. 4 players, jazz. It was nice all night long. And so that's where I was last night.
Okay, tonight is Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not thirsty.
Yeah, Stoney's pints, $1. I think it's $1 or $2. I don't know. You know, we have a batter, the beer batter. If he strikes out, you get $2 pints or whatever, 20 ounces. So we got this one batter what's his name? Lean. The first night, he strikes out twice. So if you do that, if you strike out, we have you on again the next night. He struck out again last night. He's in the lineup tonight as the beer batter. Think about that. You're the beer batter. When there's 2 strikes on you, the idiot that does the PA, 1 more strike for a beer, and all the crowd goes, we want beer. You know, a couple of times they look up at me. Well, I'm on my home turf. I can do anything I want. But that's got to be in your head.
Oh, yeah.
If I strike out, people are going to get beer. So Lean is his name.
That's great.
He bats 9th. No wonder he's only hitting about 240, whatever. Hey, I wanted to ask you guys when we take a break, well, you think about this. I'm going to ask you when we come back. A lot of my guests have an intro song. Would you guys like an intro song? Like The Boys Are Back in Town or something? Think about, Josh, think about it. I see your head burning.
Yep.
Think about it, okay?
That's terms and conditions, man.
Yeah. Oh.
Terms and conditions.
What are you, union guy?
Contracts. It's contracts. I mean, if we're going to do
You have a contract with Denny?
well, I do, yeah, and the city. Actually, I do with the city. That's
do?
the truth, yeah.
Okay.
To do the Waterfront Wednesdays and stuff, I'm on a contract.
So if I wanted to do the board work at the doo-wop to save money, so would you be mad because I'm not union?
Yes.
Okay. You notice that was a, yes, you're not going to do anything without me. All right, think about that intro song. We're going to take a break because we have to, or else Lola will throw that stapler she has handy there, and she's got a good throwing arm. It's a wonder she's not pitching for the Detroit Tigers.
You gotta learn how to, it's alright, but you gotta learn how to duck with her, man. I've seen her throw that.
Yeah. She can be vicious. That's why I feed her every once in a while.
If you could dodge a stapler, you could dodge a ball, man.
Yeah. But as Reno, Coach Reno from Steubenville says, she got chemistry. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. We'll be right back. We are the Variety Show, and we're having a lot of fun because most of us have a degree in BS, and that ain't Bachelor of Science. We'll be right back.
AutomotiveMap.com presents the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog. I'm John Thayer. Major League Baseball announced its postseason schedule yesterday. The American League wildcard game is set for October 5th, while the NL wildcard matchup will take place the next day. Both AL Division Series will start October 7th, while the NL Division Series will open October 8th. The AL Championship Series is set to begin October 15th, one day before the NL Championship Series is set to begin. The World Series is scheduled to start October 26th at the home of the pennant winner with the better regular season record. Game 7 would be November 3rd. Round 1 is underway today in the BMW Championship and the PGA Tour. The top 30 golfers in the standings after the weekend head to the Tour Championship. Download the Score app today. Lightning fast sports alerts so you never miss a thing. I'm John Thayer with the Sports Flash, powered by The Score on The Watchdog.
It's O Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn double, triple, even up to 5 times O Rewards points on select purchases. Get bonus points on more than 200 items throughout the store, like wiper blades, fuel system cleaners, motor oil, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event with an extra 30% off top designer looks to take you from summer to fall when you use your coupon or Macy's card. Plus, get your beauty fix with 15% off this season's must-have fragrances, skincare, makeup, and more. And get it faster when you pick curbside or in-store. Or try same-day delivery powered by DoorDash right now at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
America's infrastructure connects our communities and makes our nation work. These systems are vital to our everyday lives and Ohio's economy. That's why Senator Rob Portman led the way in passing legislation that makes critical investments in Ohio's roads, bridges, and electricity systems. Critical investments in the infrastructure that makes America and Ohio great. Here's Senator Portman on C-SPAN.
Because it is landmark and needed legislation in fixing our nation's roads, bridges, railroads, our ports, our waterways, our electrical grid, our broadband network, and more. It will be a lasting bipartisan achievement to help the people we represent.
Repairing our roads and bridges, upgrading electrical systems, and increasing access to information systems is good for our families, good for America, and good for our future. Thank you, Senator Portman, for leading the way on a real infrastructure plan that rebuilds America and invests in Ohio. Thank you for voting to invest in us. Learn more at let'sinvestinus.com. Paid for by Citizens for Responsible Energy Solutions.
Fall is a great time to update with a fresh coat of
paint from Menards. We've purchased truckloads of paint to pass the savings on to you. Get a gallon of Pittsburgh Ultra interior flat paint for only $9.77 after an $8 rebate and 11% off. That's more than half off on Pittsburgh Ultra interior flat paint. Good through Saturday, August 28th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Are the Mountaineer receivers better? Neil Brown has an answer. Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Caridi. That story coming up on today's Mountaineer Report, brought to us by Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics.
What makes one head of lettuce better than another? What makes a grape greater? At Kroger, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. We're seriously serious about what goes on our shelves, so only the freshest makes the grade. That means not every leafy green leaves the field. Not every cauliflower makes the cut. So if we've got it at Kroger, you can bet your bananas that it's not just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone. At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing, so we do freshness checks on the items in your delivery order at every step of their journey from our farms to our stores. And pick and pack every blue, raz, and strawberry in your free pickup order with the utmost care. Because we believe in treating your food the same way we'd want ours to be treated. It's the golden rule, only for like fresh fruit and stuff. Order now using the mobile app.
Mountaineer receivers better? Neil Brown has an answer. Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Caridi. That story coming up on today's Mountaineer Report, brought to us by Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics.
What makes one head of lettuce better than another? What makes a grape greater? At Kroger, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. We're seriously serious about what goes on our shelves, so only the freshest makes the grade. That means not every leafy green leaves the field. Not every cauliflower makes the cut. So if we've got it at Kroger, you can bet your...
Are the Mountaineer receivers better? Neil Brown has an answer. Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Caridi. That story coming up on today's Mountaineer Report, brought to us by Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics.
What makes one head of lettuce better than another? What makes a grape greater? At Kroger, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. We're seriously serious about what goes on our shelves, so only the freshest makes the grade. That means not every leafy green leaves the field. Not every cauliflower makes the cut. So if we've got it at Kroger, you can bet your bananas that it's not just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone. At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing, so we do freshness checks on the items in your delivery order at every step of their journey from our farms to our stores. And pick and pack every blue, raz, and strawberry in your free pickup order with the utmost care. Because we believe in treating your food the same way we'd want ours to be treated. It's the golden rule, only for like fresh fruit and stuff. Order now using the mobile app. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Had a conversation yesterday with Mountaineer head football coach Neil Brown. The topic turned to his receiving corps, and I asked, have they improved from where they were a year ago? His response was this: it seems as though they have. WVU charts every single pass and how many are caught in every practice. The goal for the Mountaineers is to have 90% of all passes caught. A year ago, the receiving corps caught about 85% of the passes thrown to them. This year so far, 92%. So 2% above the team's goal. That's significant, but obviously it will have to play out in actual game play. Meanwhile, speaking of games, the Mountaineer Ticket Office announcing yesterday a limited number of returned tickets are now available for the Mountaineer game against Virginia Tech. That's going to be week 3, Saturday, September the 18th. You can get those through the conventional means, calling 1-800-WVU-GAME, or you can visit WVUGame.com. That matchup against Virginia Tech will be a gold rush, and The Black Diamond Trophy will be awarded to the winner. That's going to be the first time that trophy's been handed out since 2005. Congratulations to the WVU men's soccer team for the first time in program history. They have been voted number 1 in the Mid-American Conference preseason poll, but it's going to be a tight year. WVU received 40 points in the voting, Akron 39, then Bowling Green with 38. Going to be a real good year. That is today's Mountaineer Report. It's brought to us by Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics. I'm Tony Caridi on the Mountaineer Sports Network from Learfield.
I wish, guys, I always consider myself a smart businessman. Being a syndicator, had to negotiate contracts with big companies. I always thought I did well. I was a rich guy at age 30. What happened to all that money, Bill? Oh, college education, whatever. But I wish I was as smart as Mick Jagger. Because every song you hear on every... Last night I watched late, The Devil's Advocate. 2 Rolling Stones tunes. And you know Mick's getting money for that.
You know it.
Smart guy. And I say it all the time. I don't know how old is he. He looks like he's 150, frail. If he comes on the stage with a walker, he's probably going to sound decent, you know? And Keith Richards, well, you know, there's another one. But I can't wait for the Stones to come to Pittsburgh. So, all right, I understand we have a conspiracy. Somebody at the beer fest stole the inflatable beer mug. Now, is there a reward?
I did see that they are.
What's the reward? How much?
You get VIP tickets to next year's Brewfest if you bring back the inflatable.
What if I turn in the person who stole it?
I think they'll hook you up with some VIP passes.
I know who stole it.
Oh, you do?
Well, her beer mug wasn't big enough, so Lola took it.
She thought it was real.
Didn't you see it floating across the river to her house? With her dog pulling the rope?
Oh, that would have been a sight. Imagine that.
Are you serious? How do you steal something like that without being noticed?
Yeah, I'm guessing everyone was just in such.
And there were tires slashed?
And then I heard that
too.
the health plan, the bikes they have out for rent that you can use your car to
Yeah,
rent.
they sliced the tires?
Yeah.
Oh.
Some people, they have a little too much fun.
But that picture of the inflatable beer mug, what do they do? Deflate it and hide it? I mean, they stick it under their shirt?
What do you want with it? Like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Like,
boy, that's I didn't know that till. Was that in the paper and everything?
I think so. I saw it on Facebook.
I thought the reward would be money, you know? Should be some money, even if it's $500.
Maybe sell the tickets.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I would do that. Yeah. Oh, boy. That is really strange.
Where was Denny Magruder at Saturday night?
Does he drink beer?
No.
Okay.
He wasn't too fast.
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
Actually, we were supposed to do David Allan Coe that night. So we were all off.
How was that concert?
It didn't happen.
What's the next big one?
We will be having
Isn't it
PBR bull riding.
No, the country music guy?
Trace Adkins.
Oh, it's in October.
Yeah. Okay. And then we also have the Wheeling Jamboree in September 25th, and that's Steve Warner.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with him, he had
he had a big hit.
He had a big hit, the sad Holes in Heaven song, I think it was called.
What was his name?
Steve Warner.
What was his big hit, Lola? Wasn't it a rocker? Okay.
I think it was a sad ballad. I think it was something like that. There's holes in the floor of heaven, or something like that. But yeah, but unfortunately, David Allan Coe was a victim of COVID.
Was that a sellout?
It wasn't a sellout, no.
It wasn't a sellout.
But
Well, the Travis Tritt was nice how you had the seats set in that. That was a great atmosphere. He's sitting in a chair playing the guitar.
That was all of them, yeah.
Yeah, people at the concession stand. Your concessions are really cheap. Who's in charge of the concessions?
Well, that's me.
Yeah,
but yeah, we try to keep.
How do you make money on beer? You almost give it away.
I don't know, $6. I mean, you still make a lot off $6. So imagine what they're making at PNC Park for $9.50
12, 18.
for a beer. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, or, you know, it's like you're making some profit.
Yeah.
You know, last Thursday I went to the Cardinals game. They didn't have a ticket for me at will call because I didn't want to pay for it. But then there was no ticket for me at will call. So I go over to the ticket office to buy a ticket. The girl at the will call says, "Hey, Bill, don't pay for anything. We'll get you a ticket." So I waited 10, 15 minutes. I got a ticket. The ticket was in section, what was behind the St. Louis Cardinals dugout, about 4 rows back, okay? I could see Yadier Molina, who's about my age, 50-something, I don't know. He just signed another one-year extension. And I say, this is cool. Then I look around. Everybody's wearing St. Louis Cardinal jerseys. They travel well, all right? There was like that one section with a few people. Now, I go to the concession stands. There's nobody around. I go to a couple of my friends, the guy from Manny Brothers. And I said, Mike, the only people here are employees. He says, I'm going to have to lay some of them off. We just don't have any customers when there's like less than 8,000 people.
Ugh, yeah.
And a lot of my friends are ushers. They're old. They get Social Security, but their supplement is 80 games ushering Pirate baseball because they're union. Most of them have been laid off. So I walked all the way around, and almost all the concession stands were empty.
Ugh.
And I'm sitting there with St. Louis Cardinal fans going, "Go Cardinals!" And I'm there. I should have moved because there were a lot of empty seats.
Yeah.
A lot of empty seats. All right, you guys come up next week with a opener, a theme song with no bad language, okay?
Probably no language.
Well, that's good too.
We may do a theme with no language.
Yeah.
No
All right.
words.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just music, man.
Yeah. If I just had music, I don't know what I would pick. Tequila, you know? You remember that song, Tequila? Dun, 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 dun. Well, it does have one word, right?
One word in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who played bass guitar for the Champs?
No.
Glenn Campbell.
Oh, wow.
See what you learned today? You learned 2 things. Glenn Campbell was in with the Champs.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing we learned?
Sadly, I learned that in 1984, Danny Magruder jaywalked.
Yeah.
Man. I'm disappointed. But that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll get by.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, it just proves that he's not Mr. Perfect. Now I'm trying to find skeletons with Frank O'Brien. I'll find something. If anybody has seen Frank O'Brien and you have a memory of Frank doing something wrong, let me know. Because I won't tell anybody. I'll tell everybody.
I wonder what's Jerry Seinfeld call. This one time, he chased me down the alley at the show. Back in 2008.
Frank O'Brien. We go back. We went to the same high school together, you know. No, we went to different classes together. Because he was a class of 74, and I was a class of 69, and everybody wanted my football jersey, 69. We'll let it go at that. We'll let it go at that.
How lucky we were.
Yeah, all right. I got a song for Reno. His opening
What's that?
song, You're as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice. Watch it get back to Steubenville, and then I'll get a knock on the door tonight.
Reno. Coach Reno?
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
mayor.
Oh,
Unofficial mayor.
I think we got a call coming up.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. No.
I know.
Reno
I know
already
of-
put, oh, I'm going to be in the river.
I know of Coach Reno.
He's a good guy. People say, well, you know what? He's a tough guy to get along with if you're in the media. We got along right away. Why? I felt him out a little bit. What's your favorite team? The Packers. That's my. Who is it, Lola?
It's Woody from Warwood.
Woody
from
Wood. Say that 5 times. Woody from Warwood. Woody from Warwood. Woody from Forwood. Woody
I
from.
was just in Warwood Friday night at the movies.
Yeah, great place. Woody, how are you?
Hey, great. First time caller to the station here. How's it going?
Well, not bad. Long time listener.
Oh, yeah. Been listening since the turn of the century, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been around since the turn of the century. What do you want to know about Warwood or whatever?
Well,
You got something on Frank O'Brien?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait till I get my pencil out. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
I once saw this movie with Frank O'Brien. They filmed it at Ernie's Cork and Bottle in downtown Wheeling. I got to tell you.
Yeah, the Courier. I know what you're talking about.
Was it the Night of the Living Dead, Part 3?
It's called the Courier.
The Courier, yeah.
I got to tell you, he put a lip lock on this lady in the basement like you'd never seen.
Wow.
You were there? You were behind a locker?
Oh, I've heard all about it. It's a legendary kiss. I mean, they said it's like one of those Marilyn Monroe kisses or something. I mean,
Wow,
it
lasts forever.
Frank O'Brien, and I don't know who the other lady was, but I got to tell you, that's the story we're hearing up here in Warwood.
Wow. What we find out
I remember
about these.
I remember the Cork and Bottle. I remember doing a bunch of shows in the Cork.
I used to go there too. Yeah, I used to go there a lot.
Yeah.
I used to go to that Chinese restaurant that's now a parking lot,
Yes,
like everything
across
else.
the street. Yes.
And the woman's name was Dorothy. My brother-in-law, every 2 weeks would take us. We'd go in 2 cars. He'd pick up the tab. She would come over. I don't know what it was that I drank, but I can't remember getting in the car back to Washington. Dorothy, what a great place that was. So we found out Denny Magruder in 1984 was seen jaywalking, and Frank O'Brien was in the basement putting a lip lock on somebody.
Yeah, according to up in Warwood, that's the word it sounds like. Warwood.
Yeah. So we found something wrong with Frankie O.B. How about that? Boy, I'd like to have video of that.
FOB.
I wonder if he kissed her with or without glasses.
There is video of that. It's
There
in
is.
the movie.
Yeah, it's in the movie.
It's in the movie?
Yeah.
I thought that was
You're
a
going to
joke.
have to. No, this
What was the
a-
name of the movie?
What was it again, Lola?
The Courier.
The Courier.
Okay. Were you in it, Lola?
Yes, I was.
What'd you play, a drunk?
Yes, I did.
No, seriously.
I did.
So you didn't have to practice your part, right?
No, believe me, all the rehearsals.
I saw, you should see Lola perform. I better reword that. I saw Lola, I'm sorry, Lola. I saw Lola perform on stage. What was the name of that stage, Lola?
Oh, at Towngate.
Yeah.
Towngate.
She played a drunk.
Yeah.
She was a good drunk. Yeah, it was.
I just kept getting typecast all
Yeah.
the time.
Okay. The Courier. I can see that on Google or YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Josh,
Yeah, look it up.
how do you know about that? Were
I
you
don't
there?
know.
I
if
know
it's
about it.
still around.
Yeah,
It may
I
have
remember them filming it
disintegrated
here.
in time.
Yep.
Because they had some cool looking old cars and stuff like, and they filmed in front of Towngate. I remember a little scene in front of with the lights going and everything. Yeah, and FOB.
Yeah.
But he was acting in that, so can he be really held accountable for
No.
that? That
Played
really
a
wasn't
gangster.
Frank.
I like
acting.
a crime.
You know, that's what Wheeling needs right now. We need somebody come in and like make a movie.
Yeah. I just got a
We-
text
we
from a
need-
friend of mine in Hollywood.
Oh,
Well, then
Okay.
make it happen.
Frank O'Brien was in the movie The Devil and Miss Jones. Yeah. We won't go there because that's XX, and Frank, he's not an XX guy, okay? Frank O'Brien, oh boy, wait till I see Frank. He's not listening. We could say anything we want about Frank. Don't say anything bad because he's a good guy. Yeah, we got two good guys that we found skeletons.
Yeah.
The Courier. I got to check that out this weekend, hopefully, whatever. Yeah. There was also, wasn't there something played with Denzel Washington, a movie with trains crashing
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
Was that in Steubenville?
No, that was filmed like around here.
Yes.
Okay.
Bel
Were you in
Air.
that?
Yeah, that was Bel Air. They filmed
Bel
all
Air.
in front down through town there with one part Denzel's running along where they have the old bridge, the old train bridge. I would go over top of Bel Air. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need somebody to come film a movie in Wheeling.
I think the Moundsville Penitentiary could be
Oh, yeah.
quite a set.
Oh yeah.
Or
Don't you
Washington
think?
Cemetery. 61,000 graves now. How do I know? Because when I did my stuff, I'm getting all this stuff done now. I asked the guy. It was 59,000. Now it's up to like 61,000 because his numbers were wrong. I think it still was in the paper. He had paperwork instead of the computer, whatever. How would you like to work at a cemetery?
Yeah.
Think about that. I make payments on my mausoleum. And every time I go and see the girl, she doesn't seem to be happy to be there, but she's been there like 30 years.
Yeah.
I said, do you like your job? Not really. All right, but it's a nice job, benefits, whatever. Imagine you're going in a parking lot and you're staring at all those cemeteries. Yeah. I used to walk the cemetery. I won't walk it at night, but you never know. They come back and they eat the living. Night of the living dead. Then, if you're listening, please meet with your people so we can have that night. I've asked you for 3 years, Denny Magruder, and I'm picking up the tab for the ugliest or the best zombie. Not named Frank O'Brien. That was that nice. We'll pick on Jason Miller, the nice guy at River
I'm
City.
not picking on Jason.
Yeah, I got skeletons on that guy. I got videos and everything. We got along till he told me, how about those Cowboys? He likes the Cowboys, so he's a good guy, too. We got a lot of good people around here. I know someone we got skeletons on.
Who's that?
Howard Monroe.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you know?
I can't do that. Oh, I've known Howard for 40 years.
Yeah.
He still owes me 3 years of affidavits when he was at WAMP, Howard, they're in the bail bill, okay. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He was one of my clients, and now he's one of my teammates,
Yeah.
He tells it like it is, sometimes. And he and Biff get along great, Biff's got 5 jobs here, you know that, don't you?
I know
Oh,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Josh, you think you got a lot of jobs.
No,
Biff takes a
does.
vacation, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
And if he takes a vacation the same week as Lola,
Shut it down.
shut
Yeah,
it down.
yeah, you can't- yep.
We can get along without Lola. A monkey could run that board. Wait a minute, I can't run it. I take that back. I always said, Lola, I don't need you. I've run a board before. Then I looked at the board. No. Can you imagine me with commercials and songs?
No.
Everything would be half-assed backwards, but it got on the air. No, but Biff and Lola, they're the heart and soul of the radio station. Me, I'm just having a good time.
That's what it's all about.
We got a couple of minutes. Once again, what did we learn today, Josh? We learned a couple of interesting things. Frank O'Brien lip-locking in a movie with somebody in the basement. Yeah. Denny Magruder, the Saint, jaywalking in downtown Wheeling. Where's a policeman when you need one?
I know.
Yeah. So whatever. And what's coming up? The PBR. When's that?
PBR will be our first big event back
When?
at the arena, October 8th and 9th.
That's coming up. What's
It's about a month away, a little over a month.
Where are the trucks going to park? In Cleveland.
Yeah. I know.
I thought about that today when I got stuck in front trying to move over to the right lane or whatever.
Yeah.
That's going to be hell.
It's going to be tight.
Well, we got about a month until we can hopefully not have to worry about that.
And there's no big truck show, right? With all the mud and all that?
There's no monster truck scheduled, not right now.
You
but,
guys work that?
You
shovel the dirt and stuff?
Well, I don't shovel the dirt, but
Yeah.
we will be starting to make ice here, though.
Yeah. You do that too?
Yeah, we'll be doing that this year. We'll be.
Is that a tough job?
Yeah.
It is.
That
It's
takes
a dirty job.
It needs fixed.
All right, here's your assignment, okay? You ready?
I mean, it just does.
And I'll pay you well. I'll give you
All
some
right,
gift certificates to River City.
Deal.
They're only $5, but whatever. We got to find dirt on DJ Abasella. There you go. That's a 4-hour show.
Take him down.
Yeah,
Some
take
real
him down.
dirty stuff.
Take Mr. Excitement down. He gets excited over a timeout. Ah, we got a timeout. I love him. I want him to leave. He's got to move up.
I love him. I want him to leave.
Huh?
I love him, but I want him to leave.
Yeah, he's been here too long. What, 8 years? Okay. All right.
But hey, we're looking forward to having some events and.
And real quick, did you see any UFOs this week?
Yeah, with somebody in my basement. It was my wife, I think. I'm not sure.
I sent you the videos. I sent you the pictures.
I looked at it. You know what? They're out there. I
just wondered how well you slept. That's all.
I want so well to be greeted by a Martian so I can have him on the show.
Or if you already have.
Hopefully they're not down here to eat people. Oh, I like that. The Invaders. You watch The Invaders? Oh, man. From 1967, a Quinn Martin production. The Invaders in color.
They're coming back.
That was tough for me because I had a black and white TV and the guy telling me the show's in color. All right, we got to go. Great music, Lola.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
They're coming back. They're coming back.
But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was a time for a change. Killed the Tsar and his ministers.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The Pentagon says a number of U.S. service members are among those killed in two blasts today outside Kabul's airport. Dozens of others injured as they waited to be processed at the main gate for flights out. ABC's Martha Raddatz says there were warnings of credible threats.
About 2 hours before this bomb blast, the State Department, the ambassador was saying there is an imminent attack. There is an imminent attack. They warned people, get away from the airport last night. They were tracking this intelligence, not able to stop it, but surely those alerts saved some lives.